Bindles and I are about to do a couple Best Ball Mania streams. Bindles was asking me about the beer that I'm drinking, which I've never had before. I thought I would start the stream with the beer review. This is of course sponsored by Inbound. They don't know that it's sponsored by them. They didn't give me anything for it, but Inbound Brewing is the beer that I'm drinking. Peanut Butter Honey Blonde is a type of beer. So this is something I've never had before. Trying something new tonight. Pretty excited about this. While I take my sip, Bindles, I'll give you a review after. Bindles, have you? How are you doing tonight? Have you read anything interesting? Heard anything interesting in the best ball space recently?
Yeah, I was just watching ADP Chasing today. That's always a fun one with all the Vats fairs. I read Gretsch put out a couple articles, and I have him coming on Wednesday, so trying to catch up on all things Gretsch. And yeah, I mean it's Monday, so there's streams all day today. So yeah, I've been enjoying all the best ball landscape today. So yeah, thanks for having me on again, and yeah, let's have a great couple streams.
Hell yeah! I finally got around to reading Pat Corain's Tree of Jacquard article. I don't know what you call it, written piece, Tree of Jacquard, which is of course very good. Really enjoyed that piece by Pat Corain. It then I realized that there's another piece by Sacrilegious that I haven't read, so I've got my reading cut out for me. I finally caught up on Pat, but now I got to go read Sachs Jacquard article. I know Stephanie here does a lot of good work over at Legendary Upset, a lot of Dynasty stuff, which I haven't really gotten into Dynasty yet. So maybe I think this year I might try to get into a dynasty. Of course, as everybody knows, I did get big timed one time. I was invited to a dynasty league and then immediately big time. So that community just not very friendly. I found Bendis.
Well, Neil, you'll be the first one for my next one. You'll get the first invite. I'll hold off. I won't let anyone else in until you're in and all good. So
That's what I want to hear, Bindles. I also want to note that we are going to get to watch the shadows creep over Bindles' face throughout this episode because he is on his balcony right now. He's wearing sunglasses, but he thinks it's going to be getting dark pretty soon.
yeah, let's hope it doesn't get too dark. I have my big second screen here, so hopefully that's enough light to keep me illuminated. So
um, D D Lutomsky says, let's do a countdown. Trying to draft. I don't know how to do the timing for this. So that has been like I know some people like tell people in Discord I'm about to enter this draft. I don't know how long in advance you have to do that, but I'll throw up the screen right now. You can see when I'm entering. And I'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So when I say 3, you'll probably want to jump into the draft. We're not there yet. I'm going to throw it up on the screen. We're going to do Best Ball Mania. So get to the Best Ball Mania part of your screen. And in 3, you should enter now. 2, 1. We are in, and there are several spots. So, I forgot that I re-downloaded the Draft Caddy. So we'll see. Hopefully, it was causing issues for a little while. We'll see if that happens again here. Hopefully not. I gotta change my brand here. This is not playing for keeps. This is best ball whenever. There we go. That's better. I can't hear you, Bindles. I'm not sure. It looks like you are muted.
hell yeah. Sorry.
There it is.
So wait, we're filled. So what spot did we
We are in the 10 hole.
Okay. I kind of I know people get annoyed with getting the back half, but I kind of like drafting from the back half. I don't know why, if it's just because it helps kind of with the zero RB thing and just like being able to double tap wide receivers there. And I know it's been talked about a lot, but like yeah, the second round just it's like you can make a case against any one of those guys. So I don't know. It's obviously good to get one of the like a Lamb or Tyreek or something, but I don't think there's like a bad spot in the first round. So
I don't really either. There have been years where I felt like there is huge edge to getting like an early spot. I don't feel that way this year. We have to give a shout out to some of the people in this draft. So I don't know McNasty. I see Stephanie is in the 2 hole, so that's pretty good. D. Lutomsky, who wanted to draft this, got into the draft in the 3 hole. TM Longacre, who again is Mr. I believe.
yep.
TM Longacre makes it in the vault. I'm not sure if I know the vault. I'm not sure if I know Het. Lundar, I know Lundar is in here with us. So good to see all of you. CWM Milise. We are in the 10 hole. Deplorable Jones in the 11 hole, and then some donkey in the 12 hole. Looks like
Who's that guy?
never heard of him. Some weakling who apparently doesn't lift. Like, does he even lift, bro? I don't even know.
I've been told he doesn't lift. That's what I've heard in the streets, but can't say personally. So
I've never seen him lift.
I've never seen him lift. I don't know. I just can't say. I do have. It's not. I do not drink, which I was telling Neil before the stream the backstory, but I do have a sparkling water here. So let's try to get some an ASMR
Let's go.
crack here. Let me know how that sounded. Give me a rating out of 10 on that.
So I got to be honest with you. I don't think I'm a big ASMR guy. I've learned this about myself. I don't like the little noises. I love the Pete Overs that streams. I don't love the coffee pour for whatever reason. I can't get behind the coffee pour. Every little sound. I'm the type who gets super annoyed by people like chewing near me. So I think I'm just not an ASMR guy.
Yeah.
But Tyler says 10 out of 10 crisp sound pop. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good sound.
Yeah,
So
I tried to
kudos.
unstream the other day, so I think I got some good reviews. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it again and see if it draws the same reviews on the flannel version. So
All right, so you thought we're in a good spot to not go or to go zero RB, but looks like we might be having a choice if we want to go Bijan, Brees Hall. I mean,
we absolutely have to.
yeah, at this point at the 10 hole, it's kind of hard to turn that down.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever one of those two falls. Let's take them and then eat our running back Wheaties and come back around for a wide receiver in the second round.
All right.
Oh,
Man,
we
this is
got
tough.
both of them. I mean, I like Bijan personally.
Bijan higher in the ranks, higher in the ADP. We're also a little bit more. My hesitation there was it'd be so fun to get Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson on a team together, but I think it's pretty unlikely that Garrett Wilson would fall to us anyway. Where it's a little bit more likely that Drake London would fall to us. I think.
Yeah, it could happen here because I mean, some people, right? Like people take Harrison above them, and sometimes people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get both of them, but that would be
You and I, we
very
should
fun.
actually know Tyler. Like, what does Tyler want to do here? And I do not remember what Tyler's feeling
He
is
just
on
went
Drake
well.
London.
Obviously, he's taking the Brees Hall faller, and then he went MHJ
Yeah,
there. So very nice start for him as well there. And then
yeah.
we'll see what wide receiver. If we don't get London, do you want to go Olave or is there? I mean, I like any of these wide receivers. I view them all the same. So we do get
Let's
London.
go.
Hell yeah.
All right, looks like the draft caddy no longer causing issues with the stream, so that is good to see.
Tyler said,
Apparently,
"Welcome." He's doing us a favor, even though we're rugging him about his lifting, but it's okay.
yeah,
He's a good guy.
he's a nice guy. No, he says, "Welcome home, my son." Is his son Brees Hall?
Must be.
Starkindler thinks that Tyler won this turn. I mean, we got the Bijan Brees. Can you do any better than not Bijan Drake London? We got the Bijan Drake London.
I mean, yeah, that we got the wide receiver one and the running back one. So just yeah, you guys can stop drafting, go home, go for a lift or something. But yeah, we already won.
Correlation locked up.
Someone's
It's a
gonna
fun
snipe.
start.
I already know someone's gonna snipe us on Kirk Cousins randomly. I don't think so. I think we have a pretty stay in your lane type room. So
We just grab Michael Penix. Somebody takes Kirk
exactly.
from us. Get that week 16 starting quarterback, week 17. He's going to jump in there. It's going to be great.
Someone, I think on ADP chasing too, they were talking about how like Kirk is kind of like a underrated, could be bench at the end of the year if the Falcons are bad. Which I mean, I guess it could happen, but I mean, I don't think it's a high probability of that happening. So
Yeah, they brought up the possibility. I don't know that anybody really believes that it's likely to happen, but yeah,
no,
it could be. I mean, if he doesn't play well, for sure.
absolutely not. Um, so how have your drafts been going recently? How like do you find any? Is there anything weird going on in like the first couple of rounds that you feel like you want to take advantage of? Any guys that you think are still underpriced, or like I know Kyron is still falling, kind of because, or not still falling, but like he was falling because of kind of the injury stuff, and now it's looking like okay, well we shouldn't have really been dropping him down based on that. If you want to fade him for other reasons, then that's okay. But anything else really sticking out to you in these first like whatever? First round is obviously pretty chalk, but like second and third round.
Yeah, I mean, you see, I think the ETR rankings have started to take effect a little bit. Like more and more people using ETR. Like when we started, I think people were either not using rankings or they're just using leg up. I think now more of the market has, like ETR has been updating the rankings a little bit more. So we see things like we've seen Devonta Smith moving up because they have Devonta Smith pretty high in their rankings. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that has really been a big change recently. I can't think of any major moves. Like even like everybody's been steaming up Braylon Allen, and I haven't really seen Braylon Allen moving up that much. Like I've been able to grab a ton of Braylon Allen really late, so I haven't really seen that movement all that much. Admittedly, though, most of my off-stream drafts recently have been super flex, so it's been So I guess I haven't done as many standard drafts recently. So maybe I just don't have a good feel for what how the landscape is moving.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like usually the streamed versus not are like you'll probably get a little bit more like value fall to you in the not streamed ones, but I don't find them to be super different like a
No,
Peter Overs at room or something like that where people are just taking receivers like 20 picks ahead of ADP or anything. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Definitely Devonta Smith, like I think it's right, that's pretty much where he was going last year was right the 2-3 turn. So I get it. I've seen Saquon falling a little bit, not a ton. But I don't think in like normal rooms he falls really. But
actually, Jalen Waddle too. I mean,
Jalen Waddle.
that's been happening a little bit longer. I feel like it's been a few weeks that Jalen Waddle's been really jumping. But that's, I think, a combination of, I think ETR and leg up both are maybe a little bit high on Jalen, higher than ADP. So I think that's caused some ADP movement there. Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to, as we get through the rounds, I guess maybe we'll think of some more things, some more changes. Uh, Debo, it doesn't feel like Debo's moved up all that much, even with the rumors of, Ayuk holding out. Seems like that it can only be good for Debo if Ayuk does get traded or holds out.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm still gonna be drafting both of them. Like, it's
Me
just
too. Me too.
that San Fran and Detroit game is so juicy, and I mean, I like Debo more than Ayuk, but I think they both have pretty crazy upside. So yeah, and then
Yeah.
yeah, Waddle. I am all in on Waddle, and I know. Yeah, let's see. Okay, we are back on the clock.
We go
Um,
Diggs. We sort by ADP. It'd be Diggs. Oh, interesting. Cup is up there.
I don't love Diggs, but I feel like this is a good price on him, right? What
We
is
could,
his
we could
ADP?
also take Zay Flowers, just do something a little bit different. Take Zay Flowers, hope Lamar comes back, or I don't know.
Yeah, let's live a
Or
little and switch it up.
we could also just go Josh Allen if we want to go elite quarterback. But I'm good
Um,
too.
yeah, let's go Zay. Let's go Zay.
Okay.
We got some young, supple receivers, as Tyler would say, buoying our room.
Yeah, feels good. Gotta love those young supple receivers. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm drumming up the sex appeal in my thumbnails. I'm now my guess. I'm doing shirtless wherever I can, trying to show off the muscles. So Tyler, you want to send me your sexiest pic. If you don't want that floating head anymore, just let me know.
It was funny Tyler was bringing that up, and I was like, okay, we're right back on the clock, so let me finish my story after.
Just Lamar, right? We took Zay for Lamar.
Yeah, do you want to just go Lamar? Yeah, and
I
just
think we just do it here. Yeah.
that's fine. I like it. So yeah, now we now have the QB one, the RB one, the wide receiver one, and then the guy tied with Lamar. So feels pretty good.
Yeah. Good looking
Um,
draft room.
yeah, Tyler was saying like, oh, like he was just saying that what you just said, and I was like, I didn't even get a picture on my fantasy dog pound thing. It was just my name, so I was like, I think that makes up for it. Neil's playing up the guns, so I'll take that for sure.
It was Tyler. Tyler was playing up the guns. But yeah, I mean, you clearly work out. Strong guy. Who is the value hound? Tyler says, "Awoo."
Um, is it him?
Pittman? Maybe Pittman? Awoo. Josh Allen? I don't even know. What are you referring to, Tyler?
It's probably Diggs and Pittman probably.
I don't know.
I feel like both those guys usually go. Diggs definitely goes before that, and I think Pittman usually goes before. So it's probably the 11 spot there.
He says me. You mean Cup?
Me.
Like who? Who was the value? I mean,
Cup.
I know Brees was great value for you. Oh, Cup and Brees.
I
Has
mean,
Cup moved
Cup
up
was a
so
lot.
much that that's really value?
I think it's like, isn't his ADP like 32 or something like that? I mean, I guess it's a couple spots, but
Tyler just thirsting to do the Yahoo, I guess. Let's see. I mean, Brees Hall, that is great value, getting him at the 12 hole. Cup, yeah,
100%.
ADP 32. Come on, Tyler. And that's like he's been moving up. Like 36 used to be able to get Cup all day. He was like pre-draft stuff, he was like mid 40s, I think.
Value. Tyler says we're value shaming.
We are a little bit. But you know what? We reserve the Yahoo for when it's really necessary.
I mean, Brees definitely woo, but Cup, it's like, yeah, like you said, like he was going there for so long. Paul says I think Cup will be around 24 by August.
Nah,
Really? I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so. I don't. Cup is just not like a fun enough click. I could understand if people wanted to because he has been like the wide receiver one just a couple years ago. He was so good, but I don't really think people want to be clicking Cup right now. I think he just doesn't feel good. I guess it could happen if the news is good. If it's like, oh, he's the wide receiver one now, um, that's fair. Um, no insult intended by that. That's fair.
Yeah, I think Cup. It seems like it's very like his range of outcomes is very like it's either he's going to be like absolutely going nuclear, or he's just going to go to dust. And it's like I still want to take my shots on him for sure, but he doesn't seem like a smash because I like there's a lot of downside risk, but there's also a lot of upside risk. Which maybe for best
Yeah.
ball that makes him a good pick. So maybe I'm actually talking myself into more Cup. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think he's fine where he goes. I feel like everybody in that range though has similar upside. Like Zay Jones, like Zay Flowers, I feel like has major upside. Tank Dell, all the whole range is just like if you tell me this guy's a wide receiver 6 by the end of the season, I'm not going to be all that shocked. So, but we have seen it from Cup. We haven't really seen it from the others. That's funny. Um, I was going to respond to the other guy who thinks good morning to Bindles, and the other guy who thinks Chris Baggs is the tough fish of best ball. That's me. I said that. Thank you for joining the stream.
So I didn't actually. I am an avid splash play enjoyer and Squirt Squad member. So shout out to Robert Griffin the Turd. But yeah, he's been going kind of ham lately. If I'm being completely honest. I,
Spags.
yeah, I didn't see today. I didn't get to finish the stream because there was too many other streams that I was trying to catch up on. But I will get to it. But I think he was going on some guy's Facebook page because he continued to get in his drafts. So he was like hunting him down and finding his Facebook page. So I didn't see how that turned out, but yeah, I'll love to Spags, but he's definitely pushing back against the haters.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to love me some Spags. I say it in the nicest way possible that he is the tough stuff. I didn't even like directly call him that. It was just the idea was brought up. The guy who like yells at everybody in the drafts and the audience loves it. I was like, no, that's Spags. He's the guy who yells at, and it makes everybody enjoy it a little bit more to watch Spags go crazy.
You know what? I haven't right like I'm a new streamer. I haven't had a ton of hate come towards me, but there's one guy, and he was actually in Pete's stream today, and he was like calling out me and Best Ball Guy for like it was like the stupidest argument ever. So I just blocked him, but I was like, this is the first guy who's just like a troll who's just coming for my ass. So
Huh.
it's a rite of passage, I guess, because I
It
haven't
is
had to
kind of.
deal with that yet. So.
Congrats on making it. I think we go Pitts here. Close out the Atlanta trio.
um,
Pindos, don't take this away from me.
yeah, that's fine. Let's go Pitts.
I mean, if you see somebody else you really love, we can do it. But come on.
I think there's no one else that I love here.
All
And
right, good.
then let's take. I think we need a receiver.
Yeah.
I like Godwin. I like Hopkins just for some since we only have two so far. Is there who else? BTJ. I feel like Godwin or Hopkins. We could set up a late. Yeah, we could set up a late Will Levis if you want with him.
We already have our second quarterback all ready to go, though.
Ah, you're right. Okay. So yeah, it's fine. Dealer's choice here. I don't really have a strong lean between any of these guys. I love some Deontay, and I feel very vindicated based on Jacob Sanderson saying he's in on both Deontay and Leggett. So
Yep.
that bag defending it always feels great. But yeah, I think this is one big tier, like the Godwin through Deontay, and then I'm not a JSN guy, but you can make case for him, and then Watson. I am also a Watson guy, so let's see.
I say we just go Godwin. Like I think we have two young guys who are a little bit unknowns. We know exactly who Godwin is, and he has a pretty safe floor. I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's in for. I mean, I don't know. There is downside risk with. Let's go Godwin. I'm just talking through it, but I think there's downside risk just that like Canales left and Baker kind of reverts to being Baker,
Yeah.
but I also think supposedly he's moving back into the slot, which I think is where he should be, which should help him. And then I mean they brought in Jalen McMillan, they have Trey Palmer, but it's like the ghost of Kate Otten just running wind sprints. So it's really just him and Mike Evans. So I think it's consolidated enough that even if he does regress a little bit, I think they can both be good picks. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like Godwin here.
Nice. Nick wants to know, do you want a hater? Nick says that he's happy to fill whatever role you need him in. Do you want him to be a hater? Do you want him to be a backer? What do you think?
So yeah, Nick is he's in the ship chasing Discord. He's one of my buddies. I'm in a bunch of dynasty leagues with him. But yeah, I don't
Nice.
know how this started, but he always calls me like, what does he call me? He's like my it's like some sort of like, it's like my, not my king, but like something like that, because I'm like always, I commish so many leagues he's in. So no, I definitely want you to stay in the friend role. I don't need more haters, right? If I don't need to invite that into my energy, my
Yeah.
space, my chakra here.
Yeah,
Supreme Overlord, Liege, Emperor. That's
oh, is this Nick Costantino? Is that this Nick?
no, it's
Oh,
if you've
okay.
seen him,
Oh, this Nick is here. There's two different Nicks here. I see.
it's his name's Bush Johnson on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen
Oh
him.
yeah. Oh, he was just responding to Tyler today, telling him he needs to get in the gym. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I had him on the channel I think in February, so like early on. Know him through the Dynasty Leagues. He's in the Leg Up Discord. He's in the Ship Chasing Discord. Super super smart guy. Engineer. He was doing some like modeling for running backs, and we had a really good discussion. So if you guys want to go watch that, I think he was pumping up Najee a couple months ago before you know what I mean. It was still early on before
Okay.
people were kind of like, okay, Najee's actually a pretty good pick. So he thinks Najee's in for a bounce back year. I won't speak for him, but that was one of the guys that the model liked. So
Nice. Better than Jalen Warren.
I don't know what I don't know where he stands on that. You'd have to ask him. It's been a couple months since we had the conversation. So
Okay.
I like both. I think he probably would say he likes both at cost. So
We won over Starkindler. He initially thought that Tyler was drafting the best team. He now believes that we are currently winning this draft. So that's good to see.
there you go, Starkindler. Come to the right side of history.
That's right. I mean, we're about to win $1.5 million here. Mike Bolduck, who has been in a lot of he's been a big part of the conversation recently for his, offbeat drafting style. Good to see Mike in the chat. His 83% Chase Claypool or something like that.
Yeah, I actually I think he's been in a bunch of drafts with PPR Tyler, who is part of my trio, and yeah, good guy. I asked him to come on to a stream. I think he said he has
That'd be
some
fun.
some stuff going on, but definitely wanna get his thoughts and whatever. Just I think whatever. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong way to draft, so I definitely want to hear everyone's thoughts. And yeah,
Yeah.
he has been in the news recently, probably the most mentioned person on stream in the last week. So
Yeah, I've been enjoying it, and clearly not somebody who takes himself too seriously. So I think he would be a fun show for sure.
absolutely. Um, so
Coming
we're
up,
back. Yeah, we're back up in a second.
we are at 1131. So according to the Hayden Winks, 4 wide receivers through 7 rounds, we got decisions to make here.
Let's see.
Ooh,
Oh man, I really wanted Watson there.
yeah, me too. I
Do
don't
we
love
want to reach
Jameson
up?
Williams. I say
Yeah,
we
I don't.
don't. I say we don't. I say we just go. We could go Najee. You're just talking about him.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go Najee. Let's live a little. Or I guess, do you prefer Brooks? Or do you like? Because I don't think Brooks might get taken between here. Do you want to take Brooks and see what running back comes back? Because there's some guys that I view pretty equally. Or how do you want to play it?
I don't. Oh, there he is. There's.
Oh, and
We
we
got
got
Najee.
Najee.
I
That's okay.
It's been so this. I figured out what went wrong on the so I was on Lowell's and famously didn't get a pick in time, which I thought I had gotten it, but apparently I did not get the pick in time. We drafted Trevor Lawrence as our third quarterback. I think it is that the extra info that comes with the draft caddy is throwing me off just a little bit. Like it's a little bit the thing is just a little bit bigger, like the box for picking a player. So I have to like scroll down to find that next button. It's not as it's been throwing me off a little bit. So I need to readjust something there.
Yeah, that's okay. We're back on the clock.
We
Do
go
we have
Zamir
any?
White. We should get Zamir White because he's been getting some buzz. Or I should
Yeah,
say, the Coach Speak Index just posted something about him.
him
He's going
getting
to be getting
buzz.
some buzz.
Him, yeah, because I was gonna say, yeah, I don't mind any of those top three right there. Swift, Ramondre. Do we have any correlation? I guess would be the only tiebreaker here. Not really. Let's go Zamir. I haven't gotten a lot of him, so I
I,
feel like
I so I, I have not either. So part of my reason there is just the Coach Speak Index just posted today something that is very juicy. The coaches really talking him up, and my concern being underweight to him is that now he's going to get steamed up, and I'm not going to want to draft him a round or two earlier because I think the Coach Speak does sort of at least move markets. Like at this point in the draft season, I think moves markets a little bit, and it also is just an indication of the way the coaches are thinking about things. So I feel like he's more likely to move up than down right now. So I'd rather get a share here.
I agree. I think yeah, if you're gonna get him now before he moves up, that's the move. And I mean, he's probably gonna get fed a lot of touches, right? So I don't mind it. It's he. I feel like I have a bias against him because I'm like I don't think he's actually that good. But I mean, he performed when given opportunity last year, and the only competition is Lauby and Alexander Madison. So if he is a guy, then definitely a lot of runway for him there. So.
Yeah. And they Coach Peak also posted multiple other clips, one being that referring to Alexander Madison as a depth piece. So like if people are concerned about Alexander Madison splitting carries or something, they just referred to him as a depth piece. So that was good to hear. He also had positive things to say about Dylan Lobby. But sounded like wheels up for Zamir White. Again, like you, I have not drafted a ton, so I'm not like really, really bullish on him, but I want to take some shares just in case he does move up. I feel like now is a good time to get him. Yeah, this is exciting. Leg up talking about rolling out their new draft tool. Heard a little bit of buzz about that. Excited to see what that is all about. I'm sure it's going to be. I've heard a little bit about it, and I haven't heard specifics about it, but I've just heard like it's going to blow you away. That it's going to be a crazy tool. So looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I think I've heard some other people are gonna drop some stuff soon. So we
Yeah,
there's a lot
everyone has
like
witnessed Starkindler and Tyler getting internet divorce. That's right.
it's mom and dad are fighting. It's you don't love to see it.
That's a good tip. Hit the star on the left, then move the Q in the middle. Okay. I'll that's a good tip. I'm happy to take tips. Pete gave me the tip on streaming, showing the board when I'm streaming. I think typically I don't show enough of the board because it's partially because like on my screen it's a little bit hidden. If I do show all of the board and I look at the draft screen, it's like partially blocked by the StreamYard thing. I don't know. So but I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. I appreciate the pro tips.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of practice on the solo streams. Honestly, I did a drafters one the other night, and I was like, it's kind of nice. Yeah, like I'm so used to having guests and being a guest, but I haven't really been clicking the buttons. So yeah, it's good to get into practice. It's June. We still have a lot of time to
Yeah.
get our fingers to practice our clicking. So
With that said, I'm coming up on like 50 stream drafts, so I probably should be better at it than I am by now. And that's just this year. I did several last year too, but I'm getting better, improving over time. Like you said, we're just getting better every single day. Um,
grinding.
Neil Farley in here. Good to see Neil here. Yeah, got to fight back against big wide receiver, no matter what the data says. Gentle reminder that you can start RB in the flex. Yeah, exactly. That is true. Good to see you, David. We are up next. All
Let's
right.
see.
So this is pick 106.
You want to
Uh,
go? You want to go Palmer here?
well, we don't have to do it here. We know that Tyler's not going to take him. But I also like him so much better than Mike Williams that I think we just do it
Uh,
in
I
case Deplorable
s-
Jones likes him.
I say we just do it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit ahead of ADP, but yeah, I'm coming around a little bit on Palmer. I don't know, like you've been championing him, and I've kind of been shitting on him, but I just think it's gonna be him and Ladd, and I don't know. I don't think he's some world beater, but I definitely think like at this cost, he could be okay, and especially like on a team where you just need guys to just kind of eat some innings for you, which is the build we have right now. Yeah, I'm coming around on him a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a Palmer stan, but I'm definitely like I'm okay.
What I'm hearing is that you just respect my opinion so much more than Tyler's. That's all I'm hearing.
I definitely respect your opinion because it's that's what I like about either coming on streams or having different people on. It's like everyone has their own unique like someone will just be this hater or this lover, and it's like I want my biases to be pushed unless it's Deontay Johnson. Then you guys can go fuck off. But everyone else I'm down to argue it either way. So
You have convinced me on. I've been drafting a lot of Deontay Johnson recently. He was somebody that I was pretty out on for a while. You have convinced me to draft some there.
the propaganda is working.
The propaganda is working. Do you think we reach at this point for Kirk, or do we do something else?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm, I
Singletary.
mean,
Should we go Mike Williams here? I don't draft a ton of Mike Williams.
I would rather wait and just get. I like the running backs coming up at the next turn.
Why
Um,
you want to go wide receiver here? I'm going
uh,
to start Gabe Davis just in case.
I like Downs if we're gonna go ahead of ADP.
Okay, good.
I was gonna say I think in this room they probably wouldn't have came back to us, so I think it's fine just taking him there, and
Yeah,
I'm way ahead of ADP on him.
sounded like
So
Jacob is too. Very in on
yeah,
downs.
I just want to bet on the offense, man. Like they could right, like it could just be like okay, well the Colts aren't it, and Anthony Richards isn't it, but I think if Anthony Richardson is what we think he can be, it's one of those situations where all the pieces are underpriced, and I think Josh Downs is hashtag good at football, and I AD Mitchell might be hashtag good at football, but it's like I know Pittman and Josh Downs are. So talent bet and just bet on Anthony Richardson really. So
I will say, I think Nick is right here. I did not realize that Rashid Shaheed was there. All I saw was Palmer or Mike Williams, and I was like, yeah, I'm not drafting Mike Williams. So
yeah, we could have
Palmer,
went Shaheed for sure.
Shaheed probably would have made because I would have preferred that Shaheed over Downs, I think. But Downs is fine. Jacob sounds like he's very in on Downs. You're very in on Downs. So I don't hate this two wide receiver pairing either. I think it worked out just fine. This is
Yeah.
right. You got to respect your elders.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyler definitely wasn't passing on Rashid Shaheed at the turn there. So
Yeah.
if we wanted him, we definitely needed to take him. So
Thaddeus pointed out that if we wanted Dontavian Wicks, I have heard rumors that there have been a couple drafts recently where he did fall to or past ADP. So, but he goes at 118 in this draft. D. Lutomsky not letting it happen for us here.
we are confirmed we're living in a different dimension because that's not the streamers could never let that happen.
No, never. We would have taken him for sure on the next pick, by the way.
I like him. I don't know. It's at a certain. I'm not sure where the point is, but at a certain point we're probably going too far. But I don't think we reached it at all yet. But we'll see. We'll see by the end of the summer. It's like I'm not sure if more casual drafters coming in will push him down or just like more. I don't know. Like or if just the the Wicks industrial complex will keep pushing him up. I think that's what will happen. So.
I don't think he's going to be pushed up too much further unless we get some really good like hype in the play. Like I think that we're getting towards the peak. Like I don't think he's going to be a top 100 pick. Maybe I could be wrong. Like people, I think the consensus is moving toward Wicks over Dobbs at this point. So, so maybe he does move up further, but I think that he's kind of reaching his peak now. And I honestly, I'm a big Wicks guy, and I've been struggling with I often struggle with the like as players move up ADP, especially when I already have a big bag. It's harder for me to reach. It's just like if he falls to ADP, I'm going to grab him every time. But like I struggle with the taking him 20 spots earlier than I've been drafting him, in the pre-draft stuff. So I've not been drafting him as much recently, sadly.
Yeah, I think he could move up probably to like where like Shaheed just went, like was that like 110? I can see probably like I don't think he would go any higher than that, but I also think it is someone was saying it's mostly stream draft. So yeah, I think maybe that's just in our echo chamber where he's like getting pushed up so much. So I don't know if his ADP will actually like move based on that.
Yeah.
All right. So Mike Williams makes it all the way back to us.
All right. So, oh man, I wouldn't have minded Schultz either for the bring back for Lamar. Do we just go Kirk? I trust Tyler to not take Kirk, but I don't know that I trust
Yeah, who does
deplorable
this other guy
Jones with
have?
he has completely unstacked Mahomes currently.
That's fine. Let's just take Kirk, and I think there's a decent amount of guys here that I'm fine taking. So
Yeah.
we do. Oh yeah, Nick is saying Jacoby for the Las Vegas Zamir White pick. We could have went, but that's fine. He might make it around. I'm not sure.
No such luck. Tyler,
Scooping up that value.
scooping up that value. Ow! There you go. Do we just take Mike Williams now? Like neither of us is drafting him, but at this point,
Do
falls
we
all the
just
way to
take the ADP
135.
value? Yeah, I mean, some people like him. No, even Ron Stewart was not in on him, but yeah, let's take him. Let's
I
take
say
him.
like when he falls this far for two people who are out on him, like I feel like when he falls 25 spots past ADP, that's a
It's the
good
time.
chance to just like not get a zero on a guy. That's the time
That's
to
the
take
time
him.
to take him. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have our two. We have our two stacks. We have Palmer, Downs, and Williams to just kind of eat up some stuff, and we can see what fun wide receivers fall to us later on. And then how many running backs do we have right now?
We have, oh yeah, I'll read off the team now. All right. So we have Lamar and Kirk Cousins at quarterback, probably done at quarterback. At running back, we have Bijan Robinson, Najee Harris, Zamir White. Wide receiver, we have Drake London, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Josh Palmer, Josh Downs, Mike Williams, and at tight end, we have Kyle Pitts. I'm feeling pretty good about this team. I'm actually feeling really good about this team. Like there have been some like missteps along the way that I wasn't super happy with, but ultimately, I feel like this is like I look at every bucket quarterback. That's a really strong bucket. Lamar and Kirk Cousins. Running back, we take Bijan as a hero RB. We still get pretty good second and third running backs in Najee Harris and Zamir White. Wide receiver, we obviously go Drake London right away. Wide receiver is the one spot where like we should be a little bit thin, but I still feel like for a top six receivers and maybe an 8 receiver build, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Josh Palmer, Josh Downs, Mike Williams, like mega high floor, I think, and also some of these guys have pretty huge ceilings. So I don't hate this team.
Yeah, and then I think we can be done at five running backs if we want to, if we get them early enough.
Yeah.
Um, two tight ends with Pitts. We already have our two quarterbacks if we want to go that way, unless we want to tack someone on later for a third QB stack. So yeah, I think this has played out very well, and I think yeah, we set ourselves up well to take some whatever falls to us in these next couple picks, whatever pairs with our team. Yeah, we didn't go Leggett over Mike Williams, but I think the ADP value makes sense. There was like
I mean
what
that's just a
25 picks, so it's
yeah.
like yeah.
I reading through um the tree article or I started to read um Sacrilegious's article. No. Yeah, just reading through Pat's article like makes a good case for like some of your bets you're going to want to make huge bets on and just like always, make your bets when you really believe in something. But like there are some cases where like I don't feel that strongly about fading Mike Williams. Like it's a weak bet that I'm making. I'm not trying to go to 0% Mike Williams though. So you don't have to always get all of your guys in every draft. I think was my takeaway from Pat's tree of Jacquard piece, and I think that is sharp. And it's generally how I draft. Is like I'm not trying to every single draft get all of my favorite guys. When you can get a Mike Williams falling 25 spots past ADP, that's where it's like, all right, I'm going to take this guy that I don't draft a ton of instead of the Leggett who I know you drafted a ton of. I'm actually, I think, over market on Leggett also, like in terms of how much I've drafted him. So I think we made the right move. Is the point I'm making, I guess.
I think so too. Yeah, I was gonna say you drafted Leggett because of all the times we've streamed together. So. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that I don't really have. There's a few guys where I'm just like taking zero, but it's few and far between where I'm just like I just don't want this guy at all. And whatever 25 picks past ADP, I'll pretty much take anyone if that happens. So let's
I,
see, Jermaine Burton. Go.
I will say I'm a little bit disappointed seeing Polk, Pearsall, Burton all go after Leggett. Like I feel like this is a team that could use a little rookie wide receiver spark, and the ones that I really wanted just all went off the board. So
Oof,
that's a
Rashad
little bit,
Bateman just went. One of the guys we could have gotten later
yeah,
for our stack.
yeah. That's he's been moving up boards. I guess that is speaking of things that have been um, players who have been moving in drafts. Bateman has been moving way up the board. I do have a player in mind here. I'm not going to say it because I think Millie's might be listening. Oh, that was the player that I had in mind
Roman
was Roman
Wilson.
Wilson.
He took
Um,
Leggett and Roman
oh, we
Wilson.
have Corley here. We could take Corley.
Yeah, we have Mooney for the Atlanta thing too, but I don't know if we need to do that.
Yeah, I mean we have every other piece of Atlanta.
Yeah, you want to go Corley and switch it up? I haven't taken a lot of them either, so yeah, let's little Jets bet for the wide receiver two there. Maybe one of those guys is the wide receiver two there. Hopefully.
Do we? Oh, we have Mike Williams. So we're continuing the. Yeah. So yeah, we have Williams and Malachi Corley. Yeah, one of them is going to be the wide receiver too.
I hope so. If it's what's the other guy? Jason Brownlee, then I'll just
Or Xavier Gibson.
yeah, Xavier Gibson. Um,
Rogers goes. I mean, we weren't going to do it anyway.
and Antonio Gibson, who I wanted as well. I do we
Do we
want to
just go
go?
Mooney here? I mean, he's so like obviously he's correlated with one of
Yeah,
our
just
quarterbacks.
what running backs are even here? Just so we can talk through it.
Khalil Herbert, I love.
Yeah, Herbert or I'm fine with Herbert or Ray Davis if you want to go one of those. Whatever one whatever guy you like out of those two.
I'm Team Herbert at this point. Like
I
I
think
just I think the upside is just so much higher. I mean, I guess Ray Davis has the upside of like, what if he's the goal line back for Buffalo? But then he's competing with Josh Allen. I don't know. I feel like
yeah, I
maybe
like Herbert.
maybe I've opened up my third eye a little bit too wide for Khalil Herbert with the whole like, he could be just the RB2, has potential to be the RB1 with an injury in Chicago, but also just like the 10% chance that he gets traded to like the Cowboys or something. I'm like, oh man, that like he just feels like one of those guys I think he's a good football player. So if he has the opportunity, he's going to be awesome. And I think he has multiple paths. One of them obviously being an injury to Swift, but then the other one, just like there have been rumors about him being traded. And if he gets traded, I think he's probably traded somewhere where he's the guy. So I don't know. I'm probably getting a little bit overhyped on Khalil Herbert, but I like the upside there.
I mean, no, that's especially after you get like past whatever this in the 14th round, like bet on good players, right? And the situation a lot of times will work out. If
Yeah,
and the upside for Herbert, like you said, is pretty crazy. When he's been given opportunity, when he has been healthy, he definitely can be very explosive and put up big spike weeks. So yeah,
yeah.
definitely down for that.
Does Mooney go? Mooney goes. Okay, Lundar takes him. Oh, Lundar making a little Atlanta bet here. Does he have? No, it's not a Washington Atlanta bet, just a secondary. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, how do you feel about Mooney? What have you? What are you at market on him, or like what are your general Mooney thoughts?
Mostly only correlated bets. But I'm really in on Jaden Daniels, so I think that Mooney makes sense as a bring back in Washington stacks. I also am pretty in on the Atlanta offense. So he's not somebody that I'm taking a huge stand on. My guess is that I end up right around the field on Mooney. But most of my Looney bets are going to be with, when I have Atlanta or Washington pieces and I want him to be
Sure.
correlated. He's not a player that I'm like going out of my way to get outside of correlations. Sounds like you're
Yeah,
the same.
that's pretty much the same. Honestly, like yeah, I'll take him if I have either one of those. But yeah, I'm not. It's not a guy where I have like the to talk about talent. Like I'm just like okay, I need this guy on my teams. So yeah, it basically mirroring exactly what you said. So
Yeah.
let's see what else is going on
All right. So
here.
we could take Likely. He is close to the top in our ranks. He would be our second player paired with Lamar.
I think I just prefer Jawan Johnson straight
He's the
up.
same bye week as Kyle Pitts, though.
Oh shit. Okay. Good call out. I haven't taken a lot of likely, so if you want to go likely,
We could also go Troy Franklin.
oh, I kind of like Franklin better.
All right, I'm good with that.
I also like. I feel like a lot of times when we're on stream, we're taking guys that both of us don't really take a ton.
Troy
We're
Franklin,
kind of
I'm
like
not. I've seen. I thought Troy Franklin. One of the ranking system I looked at had Troy Franklin really far. It actually might have been this one. I think I might have sorted by ADP to see Franklin there. I think the ECR rankings are really low on Troy Franklin, which scares me off him a little bit. But I've drafted a good amount of Troy Franklin.
okay. Yeah, I think with this team too, like we're kind of taking some shots, right? Like the Malachi Corley and Troy Franklin because we're a little bit thinner, so we just really need like one of these like top four guys, those last four wide receivers to really pop. Um,
Yeah,
and like Troy Franklin pre-draft, like people were really in on him, and then he fell to the fourth round. I do think ambiguous situation in Denver. Do you want to just take likely since we
yeah. I
draft
think
on
we
him
just
last
take
time?
him. Like I
Yeah.
think he's. I don't draft him all that often, but I do like him as a correlated bet when I don't have Andrews on a Lamar team. Then I think he just makes sense for that kind of build. Um, and he's a guy who could have he could have some standalone value. Wouldn't be that shocking to see him out there with Andrews a little bit more this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it's Andrews insurance too. You're leveraging the Andrews teams, which I am the probably not, if not number one, but one of the top Andrews stands. So it's also probably my bias towards Andrews of not taking likely, but definitely makes sense, right? Like if Andrews goes down, that's huge leverage on all the Andrews teams, which I
Yeah.
know people are very in on him. So
Um, yeah, Nick agrees that Herbert is for. I've been missing out on some chat. Good to see you all here. Thaddeus angry at our picks again tonight. Always letting Thaddeus down with our picks. He is Mooney about to blow. Mooney to the moon sounds like. Yeah, sorry, no Mooney for this team. What up, Benjamin? Good to see you here. What up, boys and girls? Is correct. Yeah, really appreciate you all hanging out with us. CLM pointed out that ETR has Troy Franklin at 210. So yeah, he is. They are way below the market on Troy Franklin. Not a big believer there.
hmm.
I draft him more when I am trying to do a backstack. So like I was less inclined to take him here because we have Cousins and Lamar, and I don't think we're going to go for Bo Nix.
Yeah,
So I'm usually doing him more as like a backstack. Now I'm blanking on who Denver is playing in week 17. Oh, Cincinnati. Yeah, so
Cincy.
I'm more inclined to take him when I'm correlating him. But also I think that I have been swayed a little bit by the ETR rankings. Like I was drafting him a lot more as an individual, like one of those, the rookie tier, like just behind like the Roman Wilson, that whole tier. I had Troy Franklin around where ADP has him, and now ETR scared me off him a little bit with their ranking of him. But I'm not trying to be too swayed by every time a ranking, every time I change my rankings, I don't want to change my whole mindset. I think that he's a rookie. Like he has a wide range of outcomes. So they see it one way, other places see it another way, and I think that I see the upside there. So I'm a little bit afraid of the zero with Franklin, but I think that he's still a fine bet, especially because we have a lot of veteran receivers. So I think he makes sense for this team.
Yeah, I just think he doesn't strike me as an ETR projections type guy because it's just obviously Sutton, Mims, Franklin, and then we don't know who the hell the tight ends are. I hope it's Greg Dulcich, but I don't know who the hell. If it's Lucas Krull, I might jump off this balcony. But I it's just an ambiguous situation, and I do think like we all like everyone thought pre-draft that he was really talented. He could have went whatever end of first round, early second round. So if he just whatever is who we thought he was pre-draft, and he's paired up with his quarterback from college, I do think. And I don't know if Marvin Mims is good, right? Like he was okay in a couple games, then he kind of faded away. But he could just dust Marvin Mims and also Sutton. I don't think they're going to trade him, but who knows? Maybe
They
they
might.
could be bad and they just whatever trying to dump his contract. He's 29, so there's some upside there just with the talent and with the like. You want to lean into ambiguous situations, and that seems like one where it's like, yeah, he doesn't project well, but like let's just take our shots. So.
Couple of painful running backs taken there that I would have liked in Audric Estime, Braylon Allen, Roshan Johnson
Yeah,
to a
those
lesser
that would
extent.
have been real nice if we could have got those, like, because it gets real nasty after that. So
Because we do need a running back here, I think. Um, yeah, not the strongest running back group
yeah,
here.
let's see. What do we have? We could go CEH for the Pittsburgh with Najee. We could go. We don't really have any other correlations here. I don't I don't mind Foreman. I
I don't
like
mind
Foreman.
Foreman either.
Foreman, CEH, or Bigsby would be my three. I think probably lean to Foreman. I
Foreman is the
don't.
one that I typically lean to.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
just
let's do it.
yeah.
I don't love like running back correlation for week 17, but still, I think it's fine.
Oh,
But
I
it's
guess
not my favorite correlation there, running back.
we do have the Jets as well. So the or no Cleveland's playing. Sorry, I'm getting last year's week 17 in my brain, which is of course
Oh
I
yeah,
knew it was gonna happen at some point.
yeah.
Okay, so do we want to go sixth running back here or a third tight end? Where do you feel we need more? Because I feel like we're you can make the case we're strong enough at either one.
I don't. I mean, do you want to take Jatavian Sanders since we haven't taken any of your other Carolina pieces, um, or
I'm trying to
Damian
think what
Pierce? I'd
else
be
do we
fine with.
have. Do we have any other correlations, not really. I'm fine with. Let's go Sanders. Let's go Sanders.
Are
I
you a
think
Sanders guy? Or is he the one piece of Carolina that you're not in on?
it's kind of the one piece I'm not in on. I I
I've been
just don't
drafting a
like
little bit.
I just don't like betting on unathletic tight ends, and he tested like pretty poorly. He was pretty small and didn't run fast, which like for tight end, it's like you very rarely are there any tight end hits that are like not either small or slow. So like you can be small and be fast, but he wasn't small. He's small and slow, which is like a just a bad combo.
It's
So
not great. It's not great. All right, we got one that loves the likely pick, never Troy Franklin, but then we got two out of the last three with Thad. Foreman he called for, so we did take Foreman. Glad to see that
it's a
we
roller
didn't.
coaster. It's a roller
It is
coaster.
a roller coaster of emotions. I also love taking. I also love taking likely with Kelsey because it correlates in a way where Kelsey smashes and Andrews is injured. Yeah,
That's fair.
that's fair. Yeah. Um,
That's
Woods
fair.
over 10. Yeah, Wood's another guy that I draft some. He is, I believe, unranked by ETR. Maybe I don't have the latest ETR rankings, but I think they have Jelani Woods completely unranked, which scares me a little bit. But
Yeah,
he's had some good camp buzz, so I think that's probably something that's going to change.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of a weird unknown situation because I've heard some Will Mallory might be the tight end one there, and they've historically run kind of a rotation, but I mean, I like Woods in Dynasty. I'm not so how sure I'm into him in best ball because it's just like he could be part of a whatever 3 or 4 man tight end rotation in a team
Yeah,
where already doesn't have a ton of uh, targets available. But I guess if Jelani just catches a couple touchdowns, you can make the case for pretty much anyone. So
I think
if he
they have Kylan Granson ranked and not Jelani, so I guess
really,
they just have him as the
hmm,
tight end one. But I think it's kind of up in the air.
it's
I
super up
bet
in the air.
some bullish news could change the rankings there. All right, I'm going to read off our team, and then we'll go over some of the other people who drafted with us. Starting with ours, Lamar Jackson, Kirk Cousins at quarterback. That to me is a great quarterback room. Running back, we have Bijan Robinson, Najee Harris, Zamir White, Khalil Herbert, Deontay Foreman. I think that it's good enough. Like we only drafted five, but we took Bijan early. I think Harris, Zamir White. This is a pretty high floor, high ceiling combo. So I think I'm good with that five running back room. Wide receivers, we have Drake London, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Josh Palmer, Josh Downs, Mike Williams, Malachi Corley, Troy Franklin, and a tight end, we have Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely, Jatavian Sanders. Bindles, how do you feel about this team?
I feel pretty good. Um, I feel like we could have had some running backs fall. Like if one of those running backs would have fallen
Yeah.
to us, I probably would have felt a little bit better. And I think that would have made it like whatever, maybe like A minus. I feel like this is probably like a B, maybe.
Yeah, we have I don't think we have any week 17 bringbacks for our quarterbacks, which if you read the latest from Mike Leone at ETR, it sounded like that was kind of in terms of how their sims went, seemed like the bringback really did boost the EV of your lineup
Okay.
a bit for the final. So not having a single bringback for either of our quarterbacks, as far as I know, we don't have any Washington here. And then Baltimore would be Houston. So yeah, I think that we ran out, which it's not something that I have historically like over prioritized. And I think we played it well in the sense of we didn't go out of our way to get it. We didn't reach to get those values, but we didn't have any fault to us. So like we didn't end up with any week 17 correlation. That hurts a little bit. Oh, we see Debro in here. Good to see you, Debro. And he says Jelani is a dog, sir. Easy tight end one. Love to hear that because I've been drafting a lot of Jelani. So I'm glad to hear that Debro likes him
I,
as
I
well.
hope I hope it's Jelani because that's just way more fun. The giant
Yeah,
out there is a lot more fun than Will Mallory or Kylan Granson. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I agree with you. This is below a B plus team because I'd call this a B. Like it's still a fine team. I think it's still probably a plus EV team, but it's not my favorite team. We have the fun, major Atlanta correlation. So yeah, I think it's a B, maybe still a B plus because I think B plus is just like it's a decent team. It's well enough correlated. We do have the bets at each position, but just the fact that we don't have a single week 17 bring back for either of our quarterbacks hurts it just a little bit for me. All right, Stephanie's team.
Yeah,
She
let's.
goes Dak and Will Levis at quarterback. So, takes an early pick with Dak, waits for Will Levis for a second pick like that.
Okay, I like
Running
that room. Yeah.
running back Travis Etienne, Isaiah Pacheco. So she hit the two running backs at the turn there. Goes Rico Dowdle, Ty Chandler, Bucky Irving, Dylan Lobby. Very aware of her bye weeks, looks like, or intentionally or not, only has two running backs that overlap in terms of bye week. A lot of diversification there. She has CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Devonta Smith, DeAndre Hopkins, Rashi Rice, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, Tyler Boyd at wide receiver. And then at tight end, she has Brock Bowers and Dallas Goddard. I think that's really strong. So she has Dak paired with Rico Dowdle and CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. So that's fun that she has Dallas Goddard on the bring back along with Devonta Smith. So very well correlated for week 17. And then she has Will Levis with DeAndre Hopkins and Tyler Boyd, who I'm drafting him more and more. I was pretty out on Tyler Boyd in pre-draft stuff. I'm drafting a bit more recently. I don't see. Oh, she had Travis Etienne on the bring back too. So really well correlated. Looks like strong positional buckets. Any other feedback, Bindles?
I think this might be an A minus to me, and I don't give those out very often. But yeah, it's a testament to Steph because she's one of the sharpest in the game, and I definitely think this is. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the stronger ones I've seen, honestly.
Yeah,
I think yeah, A minus for me, which is given out not very often. So
yeah, very very strong team overall. Has the Dallas Goddard floor, the Brock Bowers ceiling. I like it. It's really really well correlated team. And by the way, if you like this team that Stephanie drafted, hopefully she will draft a couple similar teams for me on Wednesday. Stephanie is going to be coming on Best
hell
Ball
yeah,
whenever Wednesday afternoon. So looking forward to that. Come check out that draft. D.
nice.
Latomsky was in the chat. He drafts three quarterbacks on this one: Jordan Love, Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones. So the first have the same bye week. Guess Daniel Jones is the third quarterback without the week 10 bye. Has Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, Ramondre Stevenson, Ray Davis, and Tyrone Tracy at running back. At wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Addison, Dontavian Wicks, Jerry Jeudy, Gabe Davis, Ricky Pearsall, and at tight end, Dalton Kincaid and Chig Okongwu. So he has Jordan Love with, I know he had Wicks there, just Wicks, so single stack there. Deshaun Watson with Jerry Jeudy, and then Daniel Jones unstacked, I think, just to cover his bases with that bye week. As far as bringbacks, he does have some bringbacks with the Jordan Love. He had Aaron Jones and Jordan Addison. So to double bring back, and then he has Deshaun Watson. Who does Cleveland? Oh, they play Miami, and he has Tyreek Hill. So he
Yeah,
has some
okay.
nice
So
week
he's got some
17.
correlation there. Nice.
Obviously, would have been nice if he could have had that Daniel Jones stacked. He does have the bring back there in Jonathan Taylor for week 17, but it's obviously you'd much rather have your quarterback stacked with your own team than the opposing team. But overall, I'd say he just covered his bases with Daniel Jones. Looks like a strong enough quarterback group to me. Running back, I think it's good enough. Jonathan Taylor, obviously, really strong hero RB. Gets him six places past ADP. That's really nice to get Jonathan Taylor at pick
Yeah.
22. Aaron Jones, is the bring back and also decent value at 75. Ramondre Stevenson falls past ADP. So yeah, he just goes tax on two rookie running backs here in Ray Davis and Tyrone Tracy. I think it is strong enough. At first I saw five running backs, two of them being rookies who I don't have who have zero floor. I would say I was a little bit nervous about that, but I think his top three running backs are good enough that it might be okay to have those home run swings on Davis and Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, I think those top three, especially getting Taylor and Ramondre past ADP, I think that's fine enough to just go those thin rookie bets for the five. So yeah, I like that. I like that running back room surprisingly, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, and the wide receivers, he goes, gets early and often with the wide receiver, goes Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Addison. Very, very strong wide receiver group. And the tight ends, makes the bet on Kincaid, waits and gets Chig late. So I think that is a strong enough team there. I
I
don't
think
think
it's
I've
like
seen
a
all
B
before.
probably.
Yeah, I'd say it's similar to our team. Like it's not like the perfect team. He has some nicer week 17 correlation than we have. So he does have that going for it that our team does not have. Yeah, I think that it's decent team, not quite the strongest, not as strong as Stephanie's, but a strong team nonetheless. Ooh, Mister. I'm a little bit scared of this quarterback room. Baker Mayfield and Justin Fields,
Oh,
his only quarterbacks. So
A little
Really
thin.
putting a lot on Baker Mayfield, hoping that Justin Fields can get in there, but you might be just running Baker solo for a lot of the year. Running back, he goes Kyron Williams, Alvin Kamara, Raheem Mostert, Chase Brown, Gus Edwards, Will Shipley. Wide receiver, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, George Pickens, Hollywood Brown, Lad McConkey, Curtis Samuel, Quentin Johnston, Demario Douglas, and then at tight end, Luke Musgrave and Cade Otton. So he's got really strong Tampa Bay correlation there
Yeah.
with Evans and Cade Otton. I guess just those two. Does he have any Carolina bringbacks? I don't see any
I don't think so. Yeah.
Carolina bring back. And then he has Fields, who hopefully will be, starting by the playoffs. No guarantee there, so that's a little bit scary. I know you did have Hollywood Brown in there, so he's got the Hollywood Brown bring back along with Pickens.
Pickens. Okay.
Um,
I mean, it's basically this team. It's like if Justin Fields is starting for like half the year or in the playoffs, then he could be okay. And if he's not, then I think he's kind of fucked, honestly.
oh no,
Just a little bit too thin.
here's the we can skip right over the four hole. See my prior note. This one was a mess. Yeah, he was not happy.
Make him
Make
stop.
him stop. I'm sorry. Yeah, we were just kicking a horse while he's down. All right, so Mr. just things did not go his way in this draft. Yeah, if Justin Fields starts, he might be okay, but otherwise, F minus. No, I think it's
It's like
we'll
a C.
we'll call it a B minus, C plus. Yeah, I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Lundar, I don't think I saw him in chat, but I'm guessing he came in because he saw us streaming. Anthony Richardson, Joe Burrow, very strong quarterback room. Derrick Henry, James Conner, Blake Corum, Tyler Algier, Elijah Mitchell, Audric Estime. Wide receiver has Puka Nacua, Debo Samuel, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell, Darnell Mooney, Luke McCaffrey, and a tight end, Evan Ingram, Pat Fryermuth, Jelani Woods. So he has Woods with Richardson along with A.D. Mitchell.
Okay.
Any Giants there? No Giant bringbacks. He has Joe Burrow with
Higgins.
T. Higgins. No Denver bringbacks. Strong enough quarterback room. Probably a strong enough running back room. I mean, only two that we're expecting to start the year, but a little bit of a hero RB team, probably fine. Strong wide receivers.
I think it's probably about like if I could give a between a B and a B plus, that's what I would give. Whatever
Yeah,
the hell that is.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So I like it. It's like I wish there was a little bit more correlation. Kind of similar to our team, but I like it a little bit more. Yeah, it's solid enough team, and doesn't always the correlation doesn't always fall your way like with our team. So
Yeah, seems fine. Nothing spectacular. B plus, probably fine. And then Tyler finally goes Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. And it gets a falling value. He did have a lot of value.
yeah,
This is a
he
value
was
draft.
value hounding
He
real
was
hard.
value hounding. Yeah, it gets both of these quarterbacks past ADP. Brees Hall to 12 hole, Jonathan Brooks, Tyjae Spears, Antonio Gibson, Chuba Hubbard, CEH. Wide receiver, he has Marvin Harrison, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Brian Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Jacoby Myers, and a tight end, Hunter Henry, Jawan Johnson, Colby Parkinson. We got to find some flaws in this team because I'm afraid to compliment Tyler too much. All right, so he has Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison. Just single stack there. He has the bring back with Cooper Kupp
Yeah.
and oh no, he does not. I was thinking he had a bring back and Parkinson. So he has double bring back there for the single stack with Kyler. Then he has Trevor Lawrence. He has Tyjae Spears on the bring back. He has Calvin Ridley on the bring back. He has Brian Thomas. Was he just single stack there with Jacksonville? So both single stack with multiple bringbacks is sort of interesting there.
I was gonna say I like this team. I think sharp team, sharp guy. That's what I'll say.
Sharp team, sharp guy. Yeah, we'll give Tyler some credit. I am bigger on stacking heavier with my quarterback. Like the week 17, I prefer just to have one bring back. I'd rather have double stack with my quarterback with one bring back. He kind of did the opposite here, but I'm nitpicking. This is a really strong team. Really strong values, really strong players. I like it. Good team.
Yeah,
All right.
those values definitely helped.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into another one now. Took a little time reviewing those teams, so we'll jump right into one. Entering 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's ride.
Ooh, and this one is filled already. So apologies to anybody who wanted to draft with us. Did anybody get into this one? Starkindler
Star
in this
Kindler.
one.
Okay.
Willis is awesome in this one. I know Willis is in a lot of streams. I don't think he has been in our chat tonight. Logs, I think I know. Logs 14. I know that name. I think less is more. Andre 3 stack.
That was a vet move by you, Neil. Just getting in there before the 10-second delay was in there, so we only got one
Is it a
one
10
in.
second delay?
From
I
what
thought
I've
it
been told. From
I
what
thought it
I've
was
been
like a
told.
3 second delay. Okay, well
Oh, is
that's
it a 3 second? If it's a 3 second delay, then okay, then that's not that much. But I've been told 10, but I don't know. I don't know what's real and what's not, honestly.
all right. Well, apologies then to anybody who wanted to jump in here with us. Yeah, I thought I thought it was only a 3 second. Yeah, okay. Stephanie confirms. Man, it's 10. Tyler says 10 to 15 seconds. So yeah, that's good to know that for my timing in the future. I'll do the 10-second countdown, I guess, and say you go now, and then I'll join in 10. All
Yeah,
right. So
sorry, my
we
computer
did
keeps
get the second
shaking.
pick here.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm fine just taking Lamb if he falls to us, or CMC if he falls to us at 2.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I feel so bad that I haven't gotten too much Amon Ra, because it's like I'm not gonna take him over Hill or Chase if they fall, and I'm gonna take Jefferson over him. So it's, yeah. Let's go Lamb. That's easy play.
Yeah. When you get the 2 hole, like you're not going to get Lamb in the 3 hole typically, so I usually just take him there.
200 targets. Who says no?
Exactly. 200 targets from Dak too. Should be a good offense. I like it. All right. Yeah. Good idea, Hoosier. We should try that. Oh, thank you, Ty. I didn't even intentionally click on this, but yes, please do smash the like. Help an old soul figure out this old streaming thing. Yeah, I'm almost at 50 already. Best Ball Mania drafts, and I still need your help. So thank you for the reminder, Tyler. Oh yeah, and I did mean to throw up my banner. I updated this just before the stream. I forgot to throw it up here. Yeah, I am trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. Need a little over 300 more. So if you guys would subscribe to the channel, would appreciate it. Doing a lot of drafts here. Bindles and I drafting actually only weekly on this channel. Bindles, I still haven't figured out how to post our latest video from your channel. I was able to download it on my phone, but
Huh.
haven't. It's possible. I know that it's possible at this point. I've downloaded it on my
Okay.
phone. I have tried like compressing it. I'm an old guy. It's technology stuff. It's all I need to get my grandson involved here apparently.
Honestly, it's probably my fault, because I could have just downloaded it from StreamYard, and in the process of trying to do that, I like deleted a bunch of. I think I accidentally deleted the
No, it's
first
not your
one.
fault. It's not your fault. I have received the video. It just Google gives me a message that says could not check this video for viruses. Like not telling me that it has a virus. It just cannot check the video for viruses and won't allow me to download it as a result. Whereas on my phone, it gave me that message, but there is a little thing that says download anyway. So it allowed me to download it on my
Hmm.
phone. I tried to go in and post it from my phone, and I'm sure that it's possible to post videos from my phone onto YouTube, but I couldn't. I looked at it very briefly and couldn't figure it out. So
I
I'll
was
look
gonna
again.
say, it's good that your computer's looking out for you, because I am trying to get some malware into your
I figured.
Minnesota. Like I'm a spy for Canada, and by proxy China. So you guys finally
Yeah.
you found me out.
Ooh, Starkindler is 60 already. So he is 10 ahead of me or 11 ahead of me, I think. Best ball
60.
grip.
Ooh.
Thank you for appreciating my old guy bit, Tyler.
Best
I
ball
got the gray in
grandpa.
my beard. I will be 41 next month.
That's
So
not old.
approximately half the people who watch my streams are older than me. Not half. It's fewer than half, but there are plenty of people older than myself who watch these best ball streams, but they don't stream it. So I can still make the claim that I am the oldest to have streamed 150.
Absolutely. It's your claim to fame. No, I'm just kidding. Your claim to fame is being good at DFS and best ball. So, way to dox him, Tyler. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
I've already been doxxed on every stream. It's fine. Actually, you know what? Who actually really doxed me was Pete. I think Pete was the one who like was saying that I was in Canada, and I was like, I wasn't really saying it before, but now I'm just like, okay, it's out into the world, so just who cares?
Oh, really? I didn't realize that was a secret that you live in Canada.
I mean, it's not a secret, but like, there's some. Yeah, it was kind of trying to be a secret, but then it's like you can't
Listen,
keep it a secret for too long.
Tom can't play in the UK, and he is totally open about being in the UK. Like you can draft with other people. There's no
Yeah,
issue. I don't think you have to worry about it.
yeah. There were some other reasons why I was trying to keep it under wraps that
Okay, your
I wouldn't.
stalker.
Yeah, my stalker. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I told you I had a hater in the chat, so maybe stalker's
That's
next.
right.
But
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's fine. Whatever. I don't really give a shit.
yeah. Okay, good. Then I will not be afraid to mention your Canadianism. You're not actually Canadian. You're from the US, but
I'm from the U.S. I'm technically like, I guess I'm kind of like semi-Canadian now. I've been here for a while, so I mean, I'm adopted Canadian, but
yeah,
American at heart.
right. All right. So we are coming up on our pick. We have CD Lamb, feeling good about that 2 hole. Um,
Okay, let's see.
I mean, we could do what Stephanie did last time, build out this Week 17 Dallas Philadelphia with Devonta Smith,
Yeah,
or Saquon. Actually, we could
I was
do
gonna say I haven't taken a lot of Saquon. If we're gonna do it, it's here. But do we? I guess we're gonna think through it. Like, if do we want the running back bring back, or do we want the wide receiver bring back, or ADP value? Let's go Saquon. Let's go Saquon. If we're gonna take him, I feel like this is the spot to take him.
we're gonna get yelled at. I know we're gonna get yelled at. I drafted Saquon with Daigle when he was on the stream. People were not happy with us for drafting Saquon in the second round. But we could potentially get both, which I would not be opposed to.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'd rather go Waddle, honestly. Let's see if
Waddle does fall to us if we
I
want him.
mean I'm Waddle over Achan, especially if we already
Over
have,
over Devonta, you mean?
or I mean over Devonta. But if do you want to if you want to make the call on the correlation there, I'm fine with it too. I do
It's
definitely
tough.
prefer
If you have a
Waddle.
strong preference for Waddle, then let's go Waddle. I'm good with it. All right.
I just feel like we can build out the Dallas side, and at least we have the running back bring back. And I know it's not like the most strongly correlated thing, but I do think Saquon could just whatever score 3 touchdowns on the other side, and we still have some. We could get Goddard. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. I feel much like in a vacuum. I just view Waddle like pretty strongly above Smith, so I don't want to just do it just to do it when we already have the one Philly piece.
Yeah, that's I slightly prefer Waddle over Smith. I think that if I were drafting on my own there, I would have taken Smith, but I'm totally fine taking Waddle. Part of the reason I would have gone Smith is because I typically draft Waddle more than Smith. So I was like, all right, this is an
Okay,
opportunity to
switch
take
it up.
take the correlation. But all my best ball mania streams, all my best ball mania drafts are on stream. So that would be what I would do off stream. I'll probably end up with a good amount of both anyway. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Nice.
Yeah, Nick you didn't want Nick to know. Keep asking him questions that he keeps answering, even though is that right? You want mystery and anonymity? Is that I mean you're wearing the sunglasses. We don't even know what Bindles looks like.
Yeah, you guys have never seen my face. Now I have a cartoon Avi now, so I can be anonymous if I really want to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you guys
Um,
you guys still don't know my name, so that's the one thing you guys can try to
I
dox
do.
me all you want.
I know your name.
Do you?
I do. Billy, how did softball go? Do I recall that you are also a pitcher? I'm trying to remember if you were also a pitcher. Want to know how softball went, Billy? Let us know. Yeah, this is the response to we draft Saquon. Stephanie says team is busted. LOL. JMC Saquon. Saquon CLN Saquon remains 0% for me all year. Barkley about to Thaddeus is for it.
This is
Ryan also did
Devonta.
not like our we're screwed. Chat is not happy with us right now. The chat has turned. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's true.
I guess we could have went. Yeah, well, the guy after us took Smith, so we would have taken Smith. Or no, he didn't. Yeah, maybe we could have gotten Waddle and Smith possibly. That the siren song of Saquon just was too strong, but that's okay. I don't know. I kind of like it honestly. I like Waddle way more than Smith, and whatever. We can build out other stuff around it. So
Yeah, no, I think that it's totally fine. And Saquon, it's similar to the Mike Williams last time. Like we got Saquon 5 picks past ADP, which in the second round, that's kind of a lot. So neither of us is in on Saquon. When he falls to us, that is where we get our Saquon shares. I think it made sense. So I think this is a strong start for our team.
we got some good chats.
Hugh G. Wiener. I like that. Um, Somebody was asking me if I missed the chat. Somebody asked me, am I going to wear flannel when it's 100 degrees out? Do I tell them that this is not real flannel? This
oh
is a
my God,
t-shirt that's
no! You
not
you
even flannel material.
you broke the
Yeah.
the
I got
allure
to keep
of.
my arms down so it looks like real flannel. As soon as I lift my arm, you see, oh yeah, that's not flannel.
Yeah, Billy Jones in the chat. I'm having him on Thursday night. So excited for that one.
Nice. Yeah, Billy's a good guest. Had him on last week, 2 weeks ago. Billy was on here. It was a fun time. Love to hear. Oh yeah, Billy, we won. Yeah, I pitched was super wild tonight, but had a night at the plate. Hell yeah! I mean, those for me, nights at the plate, few and far between. So appreciate that. You get any extra base hits, or was it just a bunch of were you Ichiroing all those singles? How did the night at the plate go?
Were you hitting dingers?
I have yet to hit a dinger. I aim these days for singles. I get about one double per year. If I swing hard, I just miss every time, or like not even like miss contact with the ball, but like if I swing hard, I just pop it up. It goes like straight into the air. Like I just
Yeah,
cannot make good contact. I was not a baseball player growing up. I was basketball, football, and then I became a runner over time. So like any sport that involves swinging an object, I was actually pretty good at tennis. But for whatever reason, I have not caught on swinging a baseball, making contact with the baseball, or a softball in this case, has
yeah.
not something I've caught on to.
That's not my game either. It was always just being large and running into people was my game, not finesse. So I definitely I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've got good hand-eye coordination and timing. So like I said, football, but really just like playing wide receiver in football is basically all that I was really good at. But like and yeah, just for whatever reason, the hand-eye coordination did not translate for me to hand bat
yeah,
coordination or
baseball
bat eye
it's so like
coordination.
skill specific. Like you really have to like practice and like whatever. Maybe
Yeah,
if you played like whenever you're in high school or something, but like I feel like if you're not, it's like one of the hardest sports to pick up. So
that is the other thing for me is I don't try particularly hard because I'm the pitcher. I'm way more focused on that, so I don't even try to like
oh
take
shit, you're
practice
the
swings or
pitcher.
anything. I
Okay,
literally
nice.
the only swings I take are when I'm at the plate. So maybe I could improve there.
Hey, I mean you're a pitcher. At least you got an arm.
Yeah.
Um, Someone said you're always wearing a flannel thong as well. So
Oh yeah, always got the flannel thong on. Got to keep those balls hot. My balls are sweaty. Have you seen the who is that? It was some MMA fighter. My balls are sweaty. They made an
yeah.
NFT out of it. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do, Wiles? Damn it. um, I,
Shit.
so I was hoping for that. I'd be fine taking Andrews or McLaurin
Um,
or anything else you see that
let's
you
let
want.
let's take Andrews and then see. There should be one and some wide receiver that we like coming back around. Unless you want to switch it. Well, unless
We
you want
could
to
go
switch it up and go Kincaid. You want to go Mahomes? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, let's do it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna say we have two outs here, so hopefully, yeah, we'll be.
Actually, Pacheco we could throw in there too. Um, I don't know. That's sort of a last second. I feel good about that. We haven't drafted a ton of Mahomes teams. I don't think.
No, I surprisingly don't. So yeah, it's fun to start it, and then I
Who do you like
feel
better of these receiving options? Do you have we can wait until T Money makes his pick, but I'm happy to take whichever one you want. So give your thought to which of these receivers you'd like, and I will take whichever one you prefer because I don't
I
have a
like
strong lean.
Worthy. I like Worthy for the upside shot. Um, I like Worthy for the upside shot.
Let's do it.
I don't like have a strong conviction on him, but just the black box situation
Yeah,
sucks me
it's
in
just
there.
exciting. He's so fast. What if they just? What if he can catch the ball and run 80 yards and nobody can catch him?
I mean, the crazy part is Marquise Brown also famously very fast, so that also probably plays into it. But yeah, it's just I just
Oh
don't think
no!
I what
Sorry,
what was you gonna say?
Starkindler is upset at us. He took Lamar. Wait, we didn't take Andrews.
I Yeah, we didn't take Andrews.
Oh, he must be mad at Wiles, maybe. I don't
He's
know.
just mad. He's just mad in general.
Just a mad guy. That's Starkindler. All
Someone's
right.
saying more like Bollywood, worthy or bust. Do you? I have a question for you. Have you ever seen a Bollywood movie? I need the Neil Alpha here.
Have I ever seen a Bollywood movie? No, I have not.
My girlfriend is brown, so I have seen a lot of Bollywood movies, and they low key kind of slap. Like they're low
I
key
believe
kind of
it.
good. Like I feel like in the beginning, like you're kind of like it's kind of like a mute. Like I don't love musicals, and it's kind of like a musical, but it's like one of those movies where like I'm trying to think of like John Wick, where it's just like so over the top that you just kind of fall into it. It's like that. It's like it's so over the top that you kind of end up liking it. Um,
Interesting. I
so
could
yeah,
see that.
so yeah.
Uh, Tyler also into Bollywood for some different reasons. It sounds like. Um, yeah, everybody agreeing. Bollywood is fire. All right, interesting. I have not. All right, Tyler, thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for drafting with us. Let's come on the stream again soon, Tyler. Billy Jones, 5 for 6 with two doubles and a triple. Damn, and he was a baseball player. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I would be I feel like I'm not like opposed in theory to what lip dubbing or what's the word subtitles. In theory, I'm not opposed to it, but I still like if I'm just feeling lazy and not like going out of my way to see something, I'm just like I don't feel like reading subtitles. Like more often than not, I'm just like I don't feel like reading subtitles tonight, so
Really? Okay.
I default away from it. Yeah, I'm a dumb American. I'm a dumb lazy American. I default away from subtitles and dubbing. And dubbing just bothers me a little bit. I've watched there was the heist or something, the like bank robbery TV show that I watched most of, and it had where they dubbed the words. But yeah, in general, I'm lazy. I want to. I also like. I've developed the the millennial ADHD thing where I just like I'm always on my phone while I'm watching stuff. So I'm just like I don't want to have to like focus on the screen. I'm like doing multiple things at once. So yeah, I end up not watching Bollywood. Money Heist. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you,
Yeah.
Chris.
What? I follow up question. What is your favorite movie? If you could say one movie is your favorite movie, what would it be?
Oh, so this used to be such an easy answer for me. Um and now I'm blanking on the name of the it's been so many years. The Usual Suspects. I used to always say was my
Okay.
favorite movie. It's been so many years since I've seen it. I don't even know if I would love it. I used to love Zoolander. There was a while I loved Dumb and Dumber. My favorite movie in recent years that I've seen is probably Palm Springs. Like I was just a huge fan of
Oh, I never
um,
watched that.
Palm
Yeah.
Springs on Hulu. Yeah, it's for whatever it's just like the right amount of like it stuck with me a little bit and also was just like a feel
Mm,
good fun movie. Like I've watched it probably 3 times, which I don't rewatch a lot of movies these days, but it's like it has the combination of like it's like kind of makes you think, but also it's just like a feel good fun movie, comfort movie for me.
nice.
But that's
That's
probably
a good combo. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Pat says I'm actually also a subtitle guy
Same.
even on English shows. So I do turn on the subtitles frequently, but like I don't want to have to need them, I guess. Like I don't want that to be like I need to be watching the screen for the subtitle. It's more of a like a backup like what did they say? Like then I'll look up and read the subtitle kind of thing. All right, we are coming up on our pick. All right, so we have Mahomes, Saquon, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy. No tight ends. Engram goes. So we are not getting any of the elite tight ends on this one.
That's okay. Um. Let's see what happens here because this is interesting. I need subtitles for my marriage and fatherhood.
All right. So one thing we could do, I'm just going to start up here, and then we'll have to think about it. We could do the Ferguson and Dak thing. Um, that would be two elite quarterbacks pretty early. So I'm open to other ideas here. Here's ADP.
Um, oh man, it's just tough with. It's tough with. I feel like we're gonna have to catch up at wide receiver, but let's do it. Let's live a little. Let's do it.
I feel like your heart wasn't really in this one.
It wasn't, but it's okay. You know what? It's fun to build different teams and not do the same thing every time. I don't take a lot of Saquon. I don't take a lot of I don't take a lot of Mahomes. So honestly,
This
this
is a
is fun.
unique team.
And
How do you feel about Ferguson in general? They had that conversation on chip chasing today, and that was kind of an interesting conversation. How do you feel about Ferguson?
um, I do like him. I think he does have like there's ambiguity with the like outside of Lamb there in terms of like Brandon Cooks, like Ryan Flournoy, and then it's basically just uh, Ferguson. So I definitely like him, especially if you can pair him up with Dak. It definitely feels good to double click him here. And then I guess what the conversation kind of was it wasn't really Bowers versus Ferguson, was it? Because I was gonna say like I just think Bowers is probably like I just think he's one of the best football players that's come out of college in the last like 10 years. Yeah, I think Ferguson as a talent is just meh, but like the situation and just the offense is where leaning into it. And then yeah, I just pivoting to Bowers. I just think he could be like the next like Travis Kelsey, where he just laps the field at tight end. I don't know if it's necessarily going to happen as a rookie, but I guess I think he's probably the number two. Like I like Jacoby Myers, but I don't think like Jacoby Myers is holding back Bowers from being Brock Bowers. And
Right.
then Mayer, like maybe he starts off a little bit slower with the snap percentage, but I think he's the type of guy where like you can give him handoffs, you can give him screens, you can split him out wide. Like there's not you're gonna be able to get him the ball, and I just believe in the talent like just over pretty much anyone. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I just made that up Ferguson versus Bowers thing, but yeah, I'm in on Ferguson at cost, especially if you can stack him up just for the offense. And then yeah, I mean, if you guys don't want to draft Brock Bowers, I will definitely be doing it. So if you want to leave him for me, please do it. So
Yeah, that was a good conversation on I guess ADP chasing today. They had the conversation about Ferguson, and they talked about Bowers. And I know Jacob Sanderson very much out on Ferguson, in on Bowers. So it sounds like the football minds are largely out on Ferguson as a talent, but he does have the great situation there in Dallas. Does have Dak throwing the ball, so I think I'm like moderate. Like I think I'm right around the field on Ferguson. He's sort of like I draft him as that, like if I don't already have an elite tight end, I go for Ferguson. So he's kind of a, since we didn't have a tight end there, but I sort of regret that turn. I kind of feel like you're right that we should have just leaned into, gotten a couple more receivers maybe. Just since we know how much it hurts to not have wide receivers early, and because we already had Mahomes, maybe we should have passed and just taken the
I
receivers
think
there.
we have like we have Waddle and we have Lamb. So if we're just assuming like if we're drafting like we're right, if we're just assuming that those two are smashing, I think we can just build out a little bit of a like whatever, draft a couple more receivers and try to make up for it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It's not something I normally do, but actually, I was drafting with Fantasy Dog Pound, and I think he leans a little bit more where he will just try to make up for wide receiver later on with some bets that he likes later on. He said I think that's
Yeah.
one of the edges he said that he has is like being able to find those guys later. So I definitely think it's viable, and like this is a super strong team so far, right? We just have to catch up a little bit at wide receiver, and I think it definitely is possible to do that. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's good. I like these. It's kind of like a thought experiment of just like, okay, how do we dig ourselves out of this somewhat
Yeah.
hole? But
It feels a little bit like we put ourselves in a hole by taking two quarterbacks, a running back, and a tight end already. Of course, we have our hero RB, so we can make up for that pretty quickly. We're a little bit behind at wide receiver. I think that is the bigger concern that we have. But we have CeeDee Lamb. We got CeeDee Lamb, who, if he just does what he did last year, I mean, that covers one of the spots like frequently. So we are in a fine spot there. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I think we could have played that a little bit differently. That was sort of a last minute. I threw it at you, didn't give you any time to really think about it. But I think it's fun. It's fun if nothing else. It could work out. I'm not
I
that
gave
concerned
I
about
gave
it.
my blessing. I gave my
Okay.
blessing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this comment though. Jason says, "I can't get over Bindles looking like the dude that steals the main character's girlfriend in the beginning of a ski movie. That is so perfect. Yeah, that is
We
spot on. Exactly what you look like.
we got the loons
Yeah,
on the what I forget what the hell this is called, whatever, like quarter zip in the glasses. So yeah, I'll
hell
take
yeah.
it. I'll take it.
All right, so we are on the clock. We have a 2-1-3-1 so far. So I think it's got to be running back or receiver. Clearly,
I like Samuel and Lockett to try to catch up at wide receiver. I don't know if you like one over the other, but
what's the ADP? I guess the ADP is pretty similar. Yeah,
uh,
we'll give.
yeah, I was gonna say let's get one of them. Let's get one of them if you want.
All right.
And then okay, do we want to go another wide receiver? I say if Lockett falls to us, I'm fine taking Lockett. Otherwise, Mostert would make sense for this team with Waddle. Is there anything else that stands out to you here in terms of running, like whatever, just how you want to play this pick? Because
We
do you
could
have a
also
leaner?
go Rashid Shaheed, push it another to the next turn with running back, but it will be getting a little bit thin by the next pick. So I'd be fine going Mostert. I like Moss,
I'm trying
but
to think of the
Lockett, I'd be
I'm trying to think of the 2v2 because like if we push right, if we push
yeah.
running back to the next turn, there's still some guys I like. Wide receiver, I think I'd be trying to push up like the Downs, Leggett, Wicks range.
Which I'm
So it's
fine with, to be honest.
yeah. So if we, I mean,
Let's
if
go
we
running. I'd say let's go running back.
you want to go Mostert for that, or do you want to build out something else?
I'm fine with Mostert, Waddle.
I mean, that could be like 20 touchdowns between the two of those guys, or more if we just
Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Mostert, for whatever reason, is not like a fun click for me this year. It just like it feels like kind of a meh click, but at the same time, he was so good last year. I yeah, Neil hates wide. I love receivers, but I love late receivers too. That's my problem. So I just love all these receivers. I'm like, oh man, Dontavian Wicks. I love Dontavian Wicks. I love the rookie receivers. That whole like crew of rookie receivers that we could push up to the next turn. So no, I love my receivers.
yeah. It's hard now with we don't have too many people in the chat with us, so there's definitely a chance we get some receivers that fall to us. I mean, there's going to be someone that we like there, and I think we needed one receiver, so I was fine with. I feel a little bit better about Samuel than Lockett, just with the age risk on Lockett,
See, I don't
and
think I do. I feel like I don't know. I don't know who I like better there. They're pretty close for me.
yeah, they're pretty close for me too. So, Robert
Yeah.
from the start says Mostert 19 touchdowns, Waddle 1 touchdown. Whoa, where's the Waddle hate coming from? Come on.
Waddle's good, but he just gets hurt every single game for like like half the game.
Last year, but what about the last? What about the first 2 years?
Yeah. Chris Ford in the chat did not draft with us tonight, but good to see you. Thank you for hitting that like button. Chris, appreciate you. Hoosier Devo says, create a new account to draft against us.
Oh God.
Evil. Yeah, Samuel. I'll have to. So my other guest, I have Scott Barrett coming on tomorrow.
Oh nice.
Tomorrow afternoon, should be talking with Scott. That'll be a good conversation. He has soured me on Curtis Samuel a little bit, and I'll talk with him about that tomorrow, hopefully. But he brought up like the coaches were talking about like the receiving core, and they brought up like Mac Hollins. Or like talking about, oh yeah, we feel great about our receiving core. Talk about Mac Hollins. They talk about Khalil Shakir. They did not mention Curtis Samuel, which probably is a big nothing. It's probably nothing, but it kind of scared me a little bit because I don't think he's some like special talent. Like he's always been good enough, but never like awesome.
Yeah, I don't think he's a special talent. It is kind of, I guess the one thing that does scare me is like him, Kincaid, Shakir, Coleman. I think where he would be best would be in the slot. I think Matt Harmon was talking about that. So obviously someone's gonna have to play outside, and Samuel can play some outside, but it's like I almost feel like all those guys do their best work in the slot. So I don't know. I guess that's a little bit concerning, but Samuel does have inside outside versatility, so I guess he could just be whatever, get some underneath targets and then get a few deep shots. He actually was a pretty good deep receiver in Carolina a few years ago. So I don't know. I guess it's just honestly just a Bills. Like it's basically just like Josh Allen. We hope he just goes off a couple games. And a bet against. I guess I don't know. I'm not a Shakir guy, so I guess a bet against Shakir. So if it's Samuel, Kincaid, and Coleman, then like they should all be fine.
Yeah. Um, so I don't watch college football, but we got this question, and I feel like Joel asks, "Is Bowers so much better than Mayer? I've been taking a lot of free Mayer. Everything that I've heard is that Bowers is just like generational talent, like he's just going to be awesome. So I think he probably does take that role right away from Mayer. I haven't been drafting a ton of Mayer. I think that Mayer is still a fine pick. Like ETR still has Mayer, like very much. Like they have him ahead of Jelani Woods, pretty, in the 200s, I think, but like he is in their rankings. So I think that he's a fine last round pick, but I do think Bowers is, from what I've heard and where he was drafted, like just a great receiving tight end. So I do think there is a difference in talent there.
Yeah, as the kids say, I think Bowers is him. I just think
Mhm.
he's just on another level. Like even compared to Pitts, because like Pitts is like the type of guy where he needs a good quarterback to like really hit because of the way he plays. Like he's kind of a
Clearly,
downfield type guy and like red zone type guy. You really need like a quarterback. Like maybe this year is the year Pitts just goes absolutely nuclear. I think it could happen. Um, but Bowers, it's like you don't even need it. Gardner Minshew is or AOC are perfectly capable of throwing like short passes where Bowers can just rack up yak, and you can scheme him touches too, like kind of like a running back or like an H back as well. So I don't know, man. I implore you to draft more Brock Bowers. Not you, Neil, but just
yeah,
the chat.
yeah. All right, so we are at 2241.
Um.
Oh, and
Okay.
it is our pick.
I
So
was gonna
sort of by
say I like Spears and I like Myers. Do we want to take Myers or do we want to push? Like, which one do you want to take first? Would
let's
do you,
let's take Spears because I see a few wide receivers that I
okay,
like
I was
here.
gonna say there's a few wide receivers I like here. So
We could get Wicks just before ADP potentially. I know you're not really in on Wicks, so I guess I could
no, I'm not
allow it
out
if
on
you want to
Wicks.
go with Myers. I do think Myers is probably like he's clearly got the higher floor, and we've seen Myers have a pretty high ceiling too. I don't know that he's going to show the ceiling this year. Now that they have added Brock Bowers, but
Yeah, no. We can definitely go Wicks. Wicks or Downs.
or Cooks, add him to our stack.
Cooks, do we want to go the triple? Like if we have Lamb and Ferguson, like I don't know if we really want the third piece of it. I don't know. It's up to you. I
So
would go
I'm
Wicks.
very into overstacking in general.
Okay.
But wait, do we? No, we don't have the option of Goddard. So I'm fine with any of these three. Pick your poison.
Get your guy. Get Wicks. Come on.
All right, love it. Always happy to get Wicks.
Yeah, come on.
Um,
We got to do it.
yeah, you're right. You're right. We got to do it. I came on, started streaming. I was taking Wicks every draft. People are saying, "Oh, I love this. I come here just to watch Spurs news. I come here just to watch Neil draft on Tavian Wicks." And now I haven't drafted him for like a week. So it's good. Good to prove that we do know ball. Yeah, good point. Artillery Frost. Do you even know ball if you don't take Wicks? Very good point. Very good points made all around. Wicks was the pick. I am so I know Tyler is anti overstacking. I know Eric Beimfor, at one point at least, I don't know if he's still anti overstacking. I don't believe that three receiving options with a quarterback is overstacking. I don't
Okay.
think you need all of them to hit. Now, these are still three like relatively early picks, but I just think they could ping pong weeks in the playoffs. They could all be good for their where they go in the drafts. I think all of CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks and Jake Ferguson could be hits relative to ADP if that offense is just wheels up, which I think is a good enough offense that it could be. So I do fall in the camp of I'm totally fine
Fine with
drafting
taking. Okay.
3, 4 pass catching options with the quarterback. Diminishing returns, I think, after like 4, and depending on the team too. Like there are some teams where I won't do that, but Dallas is a team where I think that all three of them could certainly hit personally.
Absolutely. It's just more fun to take Wicks. Come on. Let's
But
just.
Wicks is my guy. I'm getting tired of people giving Davis Maddock credit for Dontavian Wicks. I mean, come on, it was all me all along. I was the original Wicks truther. No, that's
I was gonna say general rule is just never give Davis Maddock credit for anything. If I'm
right.
completely honest. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's funny because I'm trying to take credit. Everybody's trying to take credit for Dontavian Wicks, and then he's just gonna like end up being the wide receiver 4 on the Packers and like totally underwhelm. But I do love me some Wicks. Like I love the upside there. Um, but
Yeah.
really, if things go south, this was all Coach Speak Index. He is to blame for us all drafting Wicks, because he was drafting pretty early, like in the winter, was drafting about how much the coaches love Wicks, how good of a pick he is. So if things go south, it's his fault. If things go positively, it's because I'm a market mover and everybody watches my streams and drafts him. Don't look at the streaming numbers though to confirm. Andre three stacks, of course, is right with me, wanting to triple stack with his quarterback. I assume that's what three stacks means.
103 steps. Let's see. Real stand is to pump Josh Downs. Yeah, I agree. I'm super in on Downs. Oh, Lloyd. Lloyd going a little earlier than he has been.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I feel like I was in on Josh Jacobs to start like the BBM season, and now I'm just like, fuck, man. I just don't. He they really only gave him a 1 year contract. They always give work to two backs. I guess Lloyd could just like he has a crazy fumbling problem, so that like that's always just pretty bad downside. But like I think he's gonna get standalone work, and then the contingent upside is absolutely bonkers. So I think he is reasonably going in this range and could go even higher. Like him
Yeah.
versus Blake like right, he has more standalone value than Corum, and obviously the contingent upside probably isn't as high. But I would kind of view them like pretty much back to back. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Lloyd should be going like too much farther back than Corum. So
Agreed. No, oftentimes we'll be faced with that decision. Do you want to take Blake Corum here? And if I already have, three running backs, I'll push it because I'm like, well, I can just get Marshawn Lloyd later. Like, I think that's totally a
yeah,
reasonable, like, yeah, I think the upside is the range of outcomes is pretty similar, I think, for Marshawn Lloyd and Blake Corum. Kendra Miller, I think, in there as well. It's actually like, I think I kind of like this range of running backs. Just, they all have, the floor isn't super high, but it's there. It's not nothing. And the ceiling is pretty damn high, I think,
sky
for this
high. Yeah.
range. Burton goes. We are seeing these rookie receivers
Fuck, man. Yeah,
climbing up the board.
this is the
Burton,
range where it
Leggett.
used to be so nice to just always get these rookie wide receivers, and they're all moving up just slightly, and it's like, oh man, this is
Yeah,
not as fun as it once was a couple weeks ago.
yeah. A couple weeks ago was right. It was not been that long. All right, so we don't have any Pittsburgh. We could go. Oh no, Frymouth is gone. Never mind. Um,
Yeah, let's see receiver.
I know you like
I
Polk.
was gonna say I think Polk is an easy click here.
They were also selling me on Polk a little bit more on ADP chasing. It's and they talked about like the biases that lead to people not wanting to draft him. And I was like, yeah, that's right. It's just like that the New England guys didn't hit last year in a completely different offense, and I do think that I fall for that a little bit, which is why I've been very much Burton over Polk. Oh, is Roman Wilson still here? He could be the bring back also. I'll throw him in there. We can continue looking if you'd prefer to go
Yeah,
at this
no.
position.
Let's go Wilson, and then yeah, we have three solid running backs, so we can push running backs. I think we need wide receiver more, and we
Yep.
need some upside shots at wide receiver. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Upside
glad
shot with
those
a
two
week
guys were
17.
still there. I'm glad
Yeah.
those two guys are still there.
Yeah. Exactly. That worked out for us. We needed those two.
Alrighty, and then
You could literally make your last five pick. I mean, you could. That is true. You can find like not all of them are going to hit, but like if you get 2, 3 hits in your final 5 rounds, yeah, I mean, and the other guy's doing not nothing obviously, but yeah, could work out. I don't know this reference, Hoosier, but is Polk sprinting up hills barefoot? What is that a reference
Demario
to?
Douglas
Oh,
had a
Pop Douglas is a
video.
barefoot. Okay, I missed that.
He was running up a steep incline, and it was like a ball that was kind of behind him, like going uphill, and he like adjusted to it and caught it. It was
Ooh,
pretty wild.
damn.
I'm pretty in on Pop Douglas, but Polk, the rookie second rounder, and just like his profile is more of like a whatever downfield type guy. His ceiling is a lot higher. Like Pop Douglas probably is I'm into him, especially at where he's going. But seems like more like a PPR play and like not super high ceiling, even if he does like hit. You know what I mean? So I like both, but but Polk is definitely like the potential alpha.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we throw in Javon Baker later too. There are plenty of Patriots we could add on if we want to here. I'm trying to think of what is the use for being able to catch a ball while running up the hill? Like the particular NFL stadiums that just have a little hill in there. Like they used to have that in the Astros stadium. They had a little hill in the outfield that could be useful, but I can't think of the use. I guess if you run up the back of one of your defenders, I don't know. What are you doing there?
It's just confirmed got that dog in him, I guess, but not actually translatable to football. Yeah,
That's funny. Who Ham's asking? Yeah, was it Drake May throwing him the ball? That's a good
I hope
question.
not. I hope not.
Yeah.
I think that was a trainer.
Okay. Who's just saying, have you ran uphill? Not recently. He's just like, you think it's just a fitness thing? You're just trying to show how tough you are. I just like, you could do that separately from catching the ball. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's like yeah, building up your acceleration, right? It's like same thing as like running with like one of
Yeah,
those parachutes behind you or whatever. But yeah,
true.
and catching the football, like it's not really. I think it's literally just to get a clip that pumps you up
Yeah,
the
right.
ADP
Exactly.
the draft board.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one died playing center field at minute. I mean, right? That just looked treacherous.
I have an idea. So I work in marketing. So what if we create a marketing agency and it's purely just to make like just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I feel like people are already doing this, agents are already doing this, but if we can really incentivize like just stupid fucking clips, they can get a lot of views on Twitter. Like make them really obviously bad. I think we can get some good numbers on that. So I might need to collaborate with some business people on the back end.
You're talking about like clips of football plays or like what kind of clips?
Yeah, like training clips. Like we already get them, but I feel like it's I'm sure people are already like trying to get clickbait stuff, but if we really just lean into it, like we just make it really really ridiculous. Like running up a hill is not crazy enough. Like you're in a wave pool and you're I don't know no I don't know what the fuck it would be, but like yeah, you're in the wave pool and you're doing a backflip and then you catch a pass or something. Like something
Yeah.
where just people are like, "Oh my god, this guy's so athletic." Um I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can. Maybe I can workshop that take. But
So what I'm thinking is we're not trying to sell anything. All we're trying to do is we want to hype up people like Nick Chubb. So Starkiller pointed out Nick Chubb goes at 159 in this draft, but you and I are both out on Nick Chubb. We want to make hype videos for the players that we don't want to draft, but
there
that
you go.
other people could be tricked into drafting. So people like Nick Chubb, like we want to do a clip like showing like, oh, do you see how healthy TJ Hawkinson looks? Like, oh my God, I just saw TJ Hawkinson running. He's going to be healthy by the start of the season. Like push him up to like pick 60. That's what we need to do is we need to do marketing videos for the players that we don't want to draft anyway.
It's like a Russian bot farm, but for players we don't want to take.
Yeah.
So it's a FUD machine. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea.
There you go, Neil. See, I needed your
Yeah,
wisdom
that could
to
help you
push
out
me in
with
the right
exactly what
direction.
you're looking for. All right, so we are at 2371. So we need definitely a couple more running backs, one more tight end at least. We are on the
Um,
clock. I did have my guy Khalil Herbert available there.
yeah, you want to go Herbert or do you want to go Henry? And oh yeah, this is kind of a tier break. So let's go Herbert because I don't like these running backs after this at all. So
Me neither. Yeah, it's a big old tier break there.
yeah, I feel like we have. I want Hunter Henry. Unless they have the same bye week. Do they have the same bye week? Let's see.
They do not.
Okay. If Henry falls to us, I think I'd go Henry because yeah, these running backs now at this point, like we might as well push it because like I don't think there's any difference between any of these guys. So
No.
let's see what this guy does here at the turn. He has two tight ends. Takes Marvin Mims, and then I'm on the edge of my seat. Do you have anyone else you want here? Any of the we could go Chuba if you want and push our tight
I
end
do have some
two slash
thoughts at
three.
running back who I'm sort of interested in, but
I know you have I know you love Jaleel, so if you want Jaleel, we could do that if he's
wasn't
still
even
here.
Jaleel that I was thinking of.
Okay.
I do love Jaleel, but I was actually thinking of the rookies. And now that we're bringing up, I feel like we're going to be forced to take one. But Braylon Allen or Audric Estime were kind of we could wait on them though. They're probably they would have made it
Yeah.
back to us if I didn't. Actually, there are some running backs later on that I don't hate. Should we just go Henry?
I feel like Henry, then we can go with two, and I feel pretty comfortable with those two. So maybe
Yeah,
it frees up an extra spot for running back later, and just yeah,
I
because
did
I don't.
actually see a lot of running backs down there that I'm like, okay, he would make. I am concerned. Like, I feel like they often fly off the board in this range, so I'm like, it
They
is
do,
possible that
yeah.
none of the running backs I like make it back to me. But yeah, I think Henry at 170 feels pretty good. We do have that correlated bet on the Patriots a little bit, so I think that was a good pick.
That's like the most like not exciting tight end room of all time. Like Jake Ferguson and Hunter Henry, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
this is kind of mid, but then you're also like, they could both catch 3 touchdowns in a game, so at cost, it's probably fine. So
yeah. Um,
they
wait,
get the job done.
thwarting. Wait, I'm trying to. What are we talking about here? There's the name of your show, The Fud Machine. Yep, that could work.
I like that.
Thwarting a hijacking.
Oh, he's saying like for a TJ Hawkinson video, you could be like, "Oh my God, TJ
Oh,
Hawkinson just thwarted a hijacking! Holy shit, this guy is such a good guy! Like, get him in the news."
wait, was that a story that I missed? Did TJ Hawks just
No,
thwart a?
no, no. I think
Oh,
they're just they're they're
oh, I
they're
see, I
they're,
see, I
they're
see.
workshopping different ideas for the fun machine. What
Yeah, gotcha.
helps old lady cross the street?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Joel loves this range. Try to get 2 out of 3 of Miller, Wright, and Lloyd. I'm pretty in on both Miller and Lloyd. Also, a little bit less in on Wright, but I can see it. Like the upside is clearly there. Um, Andrew, why do we go silly for the Millie in DFS and best ball? It seems like everyone is so conservative, especially at the end of drafts. I'm not sure what I mean. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that, Andrew. Like we are still going for the Millie in this draft. We're going silly for the Millie right now.
I think he means people play it too safe at the end
Okay.
of the draft.
Oh, I see. Silly for the Millie in the sense of like you
Just
Galaxy brain it more.
Galaxy Brain, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's hard, especially I think you can go a little bit more Galaxy Brain as we get closer to August because you kind of know more situations, but like at this point, like you just don't want the dead roster spots. Like there's so many guys where it's like they could be complete zeros. So I think it's just a time of year thing. Like whereas right now, like if there's a guy where you're like we were talking about Jelani Woods, like he could be the third tight end in a 3 tight end rotation, like probably gonna take him less than like if we hear news like okay, he's gonna be the tight end one, then right, like it just doesn't make sense this time of year.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're playing it safe, but it's like there's a reason for it at this point. So
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a different equation, DFS and best ball. Um, yeah, I don't know. You need so many more things to go right. I think you kind of have to play it a little bit more conservatively in some ways, at least in like the constructions. So I don't know. It's a good question, but I think you're largely just right, Bindles. That it's just we try to not take zeros at this point in the year. Later on in the year, maybe you can take some more wild chances. We take them a little bit toward the end of drafts, though.
yeah, and then Robert Griffin the Turd says we're slaves to ADP. Yeah, like I think that's if you do it within structure, right? Like you can make some a little bit more like Galaxy Brain takes on guys you're taking after like
Yeah,
round 14, but just make sure you're not sacrificing structure for that because that like if you're sacrificing one, you definitely don't want to be sacrificing the other one, which I feel like that can get lost a little bit. And that's whatever you can make the case to sacrifice one, but not. And if you can get both, then that's really good. So
Braylon Allen goes. That's who I was hoping would make it back to us. Braylon Allen does not make it back to us, but I do. So I like Audric Estime. We didn't get Jaleel McLaughlin. I like Audric Estime in this build. Eli Mitchell. Everybody keeps talking about
yeah,
Eli Mitchell being
Eli Mitchell for sure. Let's
pretty
do that.
obvious pick there.
And then do we want to go running back or
Throw
wide
Estime in
receiver
there.
here?
So we have 2 more picks. Let's see who we. Yeah, probably not going tight end. So we have Wandale. Let's see, rank.
I like CEH for
Damn,
the
ETR is Wandale at ranked 152nd overall.
really. That's
Yeah,
wild.
Oh, you're right. CEH does. He's a correlated bet for us.
I feel like he makes sense on this team. Uh, Unfortunately, it doesn't. It feels kind of gross, but I don't think he's going to fall back to us. And I mean, you can make the case for a wide receiver if there's one that we want. Because can we? Can I see the wide receivers really quick that we have? I just want to see
Yeah. So we have CeeDee Lamb, Jalen
Waddle,
Waddle, Xavier
Worthy.
Worthy, Curtis Samuel, Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Polk, Roman Wilson.
Yeah, this is tough. Is
Let's
there
just go.
any
Let's just go see. I mean, my argument for Wandale would just be that we're getting him,
a huge
way past
ADP
ADP
value?
and
Yeah.
way past our ranking.
I'm fine with
Um,
Wandale if you want to go Wandale and then just push. We don't need CEH on this
CEH
team.
isn't nice. We don't have much correlation there, so I think he makes sense.
Okay.
And Wandale, he has a pretty wide distribution. I think like he does not always go at pick 174. It's not that uncommon to get Wandale at 194. Um, I was thinking about it because he was so far past ADP, but really it's not that far past ADP. I'm
Yeah,
guessing that
Wandale.
he's going to continue moving up because ETR has him at rank 152. But again, they do have the dusty receivers that they like don't move quite as much as some of their other players.
Yeah,
I mean, I call him Dusty. He's what, his third year?
yeah. There should there should be some wide receiver that comes back to us that we can do something with here. So that yeah, that's fine. I don't. I just don't know if Wandale really right? Like even if Wando goes off in week 17, like what is it? Like 14 points? Like I don't know. Like I guess with this build where we are a little bit thinner at wide receiver, you could make the case for it just to kind of like get you through some weeks there. But he doesn't seem like a super high ceiling guy. Like it's almost like Slayton seems higher ceiling in a given week. Like oh, obviously over a season, I think Wandell is just a like safer floor. But we saw Slayton just the deep threat and the nature of how he plays. It's like I almost
Yeah,
prefer. It depends on the team, obviously, but I almost prefer Slayton on depends on the build. So yeah,
yeah. So I often fight back against the idea of players of Wandale's archetype, like not having high
not
ceilings,
having the
because
ceiling.
because it's. I think that like sometimes people see him as like he doesn't make splash plays. He doesn't make a ton of splash plays. So some people will make the argument that well that kind of guy has no ceiling because he doesn't have splash plays, and I kind of fight back against that because you really need spike weeks, not splash plays. So he could have 8 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. Like that would be a good enough spike week. But I think I am with you anyway on Wandale because you add in neighbors to the mix in New York, and I'm just not as confident that he has the ceiling. So last year I would have fought back on the Wandale not having an upside. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I do like I sometimes push back on the arc like that archetype doesn't have an upside, but I think that I agree with you on Wandale.
No, that
Wandale 8 catches 3 TDs. I mean, 8 catches 3 TDs. Probably there's going to be a couple spike weeks if that happens.
I do think Wandale is good. So like I guess that is it's weird. I feel like I'm like kind of gaslighting myself where I'm like I do think Wandale is good, and but it's hard because they brought in neighbors and then I don't know.
Yeah, who
I
just
am
says
not a
could benefit from having neighbors? Yeah,
yeah. I was
so
gonna say go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, so I yeah, I am sort of still in on Wandale, but I also like in that particular spot, I think that CEH made sense for us because we only had a single stack with Mahomes, so
Sure.
we like just wanted to continue the bet on that on the Chiefs offense. I think that in that particular spot, it made sense for us to go CEH over Wandale. But I do think that he does have that spike week potential, even without having those 60-yard bombs. Like you just don't see it.
Yeah, it feels nice to get the plausible San Francisco RB2 and KC RB2 at
Yeah,
picks, whatever the hell
true.
we got them, super late, 192 and 194 or whatever the hell it was.
191
Like,
went, yeah.
yeah, like that's right. That seems pretty cheap. Like, I know it's a little bit because of this ambiguous situation of who it is, but if you're gonna bet on it, it's definitely those two. So that's like good, really good offenses, and we get their RB2s this late with the other guys we got. I
Feels
do
good.
like how that played out. Yeah.
All right, let's think about what we want for this pick. So we have Mahomes and Dak at quarterback. I think that we are done at quarterback. Running back, we have Saquon Barkley, Raheem Mostert, Tyjae Spears, Khalil Herbert, Elijah Mitchell, CEH. Could be done. Could add one more on. Wide receiver, we go CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy, Curtis Samuel, Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Polk, Roman Wilson. And then at tight end, Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry. Kind of feel like we just play the value game here. Do you see a glaring need from any of those three?
Um, Go back to running back really quick, just so I can. I feel like we're good at running back. I feel like this team needs a wide receiver more, just because we were a little bit thin through the first whatever it was 10 rounds.
Yeah, we were.
I would kind of like one more shot at wide receiver, and there's actually some guys like I like Slayton, I like McCaffrey, I like D Rob, I don't mind McMillan. We have a little bit of a Miami thing going, so we could go Elijah Moore, although I'm not really a Elijah Moore uh, backer.
Yeah. Let's
But
just go with somebody we like.
okay,
And we have several names that are used throughout and several that I like from that group as well. So we can take our pick. I guess we can see what correlates, I
I was
guess.
gonna say what.
I don't
Yeah,
think we had
let's.
anybody from Pittsburgh or Philadelphia that I really love at the end here.
No,
Um,
Philly. We already have stuff. Tennessee. Buffalo is
Jets.
Jets.
Yeah, nobody from the Vikings. The Giants, Jalen Polk, in New England, and the Giants, I think, play.
What about the Chargers? Is Chark there, or did he already go?
Uh, don't see him there. Okay, let's go to wide receiver. Let's just go with one of the guys we like. So I like any of Slayton Hyatt or Demarcus Robinson. I actually like Jalen McMillan too. Who do you like the best from this group? I'm
Oh
typically a
man.
Demarcus Robinson guy, I think, but we do have the correlation with the Giants playing, or do they play New England? No, the Colts play the
Yeah, the Colts play New
Giants.
England.
Yeah, I got that wrong.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna
yeah.
start
Let's
off.
go D Rob. Let's go D Rob. Get it quick. There you go. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
I,
mean
I mean he's been moving
that's
up draft boards. ADP of 185. We get him 30 picks past ADP there, so I think that's just a good for a thin wide receiver room. I think he made a lot of sense. Although week 6, we got plenty to cover it, so I'm not that concerned.
I like that pick with our thin room. I think I mean, he had how many games last year with the touchdown? And he was in that
Yeah,
OBJ
at the end of the year too. You love to see that he was just coming on at the end of the year.
the OBJ role from when the year they won the Super Bowl, where it's literally like he's not going to do much, but he'll catch touchdowns. Which hey,
Just
it's half
throw.
PPR. We're hunting for touchdowns.
Yeah,
So and
yeah,
there's a little bit of contingent upside with if Puka or Cup were to go down. Uh, Puka actually like he was very injured in college, so I'm not like predicting that he's going to get injured, but he was injured like I think pretty much every year in college. So
yeah.
uh, and obviously
Um,
Cup is been injury riddled the last couple of years. So yeah, maybe surprising contingent value for D Rob. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I like D Rob. Like I think he has that contingent value. He also was just good last year, even as a third receiver at times. Yeah, I am in on Jalen McMillan a bit too.
Me too.
Um, yeah,
Not for this team though. I feel like we needed a more like gonna run some routes.
yeah, we got there with volume. All right, so we'll read off the team. Mahomes and Prescott. Obviously, that is a strong enough quarterback room. Running back, we have Saquon Barkley, Raheem Mostert, Tyjae Spears, Khalil Herbert, Eli Mitchell, CEH. Wide receiver, we have CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy, Curtis Samuel, Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Polk, Roman Wilson, Demarcus Robinson, and at tight end, we have Jake Ferguson and Hunter Henry. Bindles, how do you feel about this team?
I like this team. I liked how like I think we took a little bit of a chance, right, pushing wide receiver,
We did.
but
We did.
getting like obviously love the Wicks pick as we've been talking about him. And then thank God Polk and Roman Wilson fell to us because that's just the upside shots that we
Yeah,
need on this
exactly.
type of build. And then getting D Rob to finish it out because sometimes those guys go early. Like even Slayton sometimes goes a little bit earlier than you would think. We had a couple options there that I really liked, and getting D Rob there past whatever 30 picks past ADP feels really good to kind of round out that wide receiver room. And Lamb and Waddle should really be covering us for those two spots most weeks. And then we just need whatever one of Worthy, Polk, and Wilson to really hit, and or whatever. We need a couple of these last 5 or 6 receivers to really hit, and hopefully D Rob can get us through a couple early season weeks for the rookies. So yeah,
Yeah.
and then Ferguson and Henry, perfectly cromulent tight end room, like not sexy, but we have Ferguson paired up with Dak, so that looks really nice. And then I really like Henry, especially we were talking about the ambiguity of the situation with all the receivers in New England. Like if May is good and maybe Henry's the guy that really benefits from May. So Yeah, I really like this team. I like this better than our first team, even though it's a little like unconventional for how I typically build. I think I like this one a little bit more because of the upside that we do have with the rookies and kind of
Yeah.
just the way we built it. It's like it's a little more fragile of a team,
We
but
kind
I
of
think
went we kind of went light on the wide receivers on both of our teams. And the difference in this one is that those rookie wide receivers came back to us at that turn, whereas in the first one, the rookie wide receivers just didn't fall to us. So the fact, like I think that you like this one better, and I like it better too, because Roman Wilson and Jalen Polk fell to us, and Demarcus Robinson with that last round. Whereas in the first draft, like we kind of pushed the receivers, then it was like, oh shit, like we just didn't get the receivers that we wanted at the end. So I think it worked out just with the values falling to us.
absolutely. Yeah, this is a really fun two drafts, and yeah, without having Tyler in here to snipe us, I think that definitely helps, right? Not
Yeah,
having as many sharp drafters. Steph was in there with the first in the first one. We had a bunch of people in the chat with us. It really
yeah,
does suck up a lot of the value. Like you're not going to get too many ADP fallers with sharp people in the room, so that
yeah.
helps a lot.
Yeah, I see names I know here. I know Willis is awesome. Often is in chat in streams. I haven't
Yes,
seen
I
him in chat.
super sharp. Yeah.
Um, Logs, I'm pretty sure I know Logs. I think he might be a DFS guy.
Okay.
But I know Starkindler was in here, and Starkindler was just saying that he loves his team. So we got to read off Starkindler's team. Goes Lamar and Burrow. So pretty elite quarterback. Oh, and Joe Burrow at pick 91. Man, that is great value on Joe Burrow. So that
Jeez.
is really strong. Goes zero RB, starts with David Montgomery, Chase Brown with Burrow, Devin Singletary,
Singletary.
Rico Dowdle, Ray Davis, Dylan Lobby. Wide receiver has Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, Jacoby Myers, Jermaine Burton, Wandale Robinson, and a tight end, George Kittle, Isaiah Likely, and Ben Sinnott at pick
Sheesh.
187.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot
quite
of
a
value
squad.
here.
Yeah.
And as far as correlation, he has Lamar with just likely. So that's a little bit thin with just the single stack there. He has Stephon Diggs on the bring back there. Looks like that's it for Baltimore. And then he has Burrow with Chase Brown and
Burton.
Jermaine Burton.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then does he have any Denver bringbacks? So this is it's not like major correlation. Like I like all the buckets. I feel like he got some nice values here. Overall, I think this is a really strong team. Definitely for advancement purposes. He has the buckets. Like, do you have any disagreement on the buckets being strong
No,
enough?
yeah, that's you're right. Like the buckets feel really good, but yeah, the correlation not amazing. But I think the value he got at a couple picks definitely like yeah for advance rate purposes like this is a super strong team.
Yeah,
And then I mean I guess right Lamar could just whatever rush in a couple touchdowns and if Andrews goes down likely could catch one so that and then have Diggs as the bring back. Burrow I mean maybe Burton right like that could work having no bringbacks for that one not great, but yeah, like if you go position by position, like each bucket feels amazing.
yeah,
Only add on that would make it like an A would be just the correlation on the other end. But
yeah.
I
He
still
is.
think it's a A. I think it's like an A minus. Like just we were saying in the last one, that's like feels really strong. Maybe B plus. Maybe B plus.
I'd give it a B plus.
B plus.
Chat is pro this team. I feel like and I think it's a good enough team. Like a B plus means that it's to me it's a plus EV team. I think this is really strong advancement, and I think that it's pretty good for the playoffs. It's just neither of your quarterbacks is paired with one of their like top pass catchers would be my biggest concern. So you're really hoping that, hoping for some injuries for Burton and likely to be the guy. Now I know part of the reason we stack is we're hoping that all the components come along with the game going off, but it is nice when you can get your quarterback stacked with their best receivers as well. So I can't give it an A, but I can give it a B plus. I think that yeah, the buckets are really strong, got some nice values. I'll give you the um steal that bit from Pete. We'll do a little value hounding there. Um, but yeah, chat really likes it. Hoosier digs it. Stephanie digs it. Yeah, well done there overall. We got some great value on the team.
Monty and Amon Ra and Kittle bring back without the quarterbacks. That seems pretty good
Yeah,
too.
he does have some nice secondary correlation. So
Yeah, I didn't realize that one. Yeah.
yeah. So the nice secondary correlation, like I mean, it's a really strong team. I'm not going to give it an A because we give A's very sparingly on these streams, and I think that just single stacked with like tertiary pass catching options. Not quite good enough to get the A, in my opinion.
No free A's. No free A's on this program.
Yeah. I'll give you guys a little bit of a preview of my stream tomorrow. So, as I said, Scott Barrett coming on the stream. He sent me a little preview of a written piece that he is doing about his favorite values and Ryan Heath. They're working together on a written piece. He sent me a little preview, and getting Burrow this late, man, based on how they feel about Burrow, you got to feel damn good about getting Burrow and pick 100. I'm hearing Hoosier says he got Burrow at 100 like a week ago. We get him at 91 in this draft. Like, damn, that is a steal to get Burrow that late. Hopefully, you guys will come and check out the stream with me and Scott tomorrow afternoon. That'll be at 3 Eastern. Bindles, what do you have going on this week? Where can people find you?
So we have tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm doing a stream on Caleb Beamy's channel.
Nice.
He's another YouTuber that does Dynasty and diving into the best ball content. So doing two drafts with him tomorrow night. Wednesday night at 9:30, we're having Gretch on for a BBM5 with guest host El Coach. So that should be super fun. And then Thursday we have a double header. Super Stack Bros at 7 p.m. Eastern with Best Ball Guy and PPR Tyler. And then after that, I'm going on to draft a BBM with Billy Jones of Spike Week, who I know you've had on the channel. So super excited for that one. So yeah, very busy week of streaming. And yeah, go make sure to check out all of Neil's streams because he's been absolutely killing it on these, and it's gonna be a great summer.
Appreciate that, Ben. Yeah, Bindles, you were getting after it, going after some A-level guests. You've had a lot of guests on your streams, really great streams going on. So make sure you check out Bindles' channel. Also, of course, is the links in the description of this video. Go follow Bindles on Twitter at Bindles90. And then, of course, yeah, as I said, on this channel tomorrow, I've got Scott Barrett coming on. That'll be great. Wednesday, Stephanie coming on. Really excited about that as well. Wednesday night, I should have an episode. I might have to change up my guest for Playing for Keeps. I just learned before the stream, but good chance they'll still have the podcast. Not sure if it'll be there this week. No, we got a marketing guy right here in the sunglasses. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. And of course, here's a little teasing here. CLN says I drafted a poodle team that should get an A+ posted in my Discord. So if you want to come see CLN's A+ team, go check out the Flannelverse Discord. It's in the link. The link is in the description of this video. So go check out all of that stuff. All right. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Bindles, for joining the stream. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Go check out the rest of our content. Come back, check us out tomorrow. Thanks, guys. See you later.